What's up, everyone? How's it going? What a morning. Hopefully everyone's had a better Sunday than I have so far. Yeah. I know I said I was going to try to stream earlier, but then, like, I couldn't sleep again last night, so then I ended up just snoozing my alarm essentially and just waking up closer to 10 so that I could do what I needed to do this morning, and that took me about an hour. Got home and decided I was gonna stream. So the plan is right now I'm just gonna like do these two games. We're just gonna do like 10-minute quarters, so that should keep each game to about an hour and a half or less. I think it's just over 11-minute quarters is what I calculated. It should be would be about an hour and a half per game, so 10 minutes should allow things to wrap up well before the first game at 3 o'clock today. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this game started now. So for the Chiefs actually have a couple people that are out. They have one of their starting, I think it was middle linebacker. One of their starting linebackers is out, and Sammy Watkins is also out for them today. So they were both officially ruled out for this game. Cleveland, on the other hand, has, aside from the known injuries like Olivier Vernon and Odell, there are no injuries for Cleveland going into this game. So they're coming in with a full roster. So obviously this is a 3 o'clock game, so 4:15 is about the closest we can get. It says partly cloudy. We're going to set these for 10 minutes, and let's get this shiznit going. Get this shiznit going. So one interesting thing that I found out last night, which, God, what a odd freaking, dude, what a crazy what a crazy world we live in, you know, guys, like, oh, what a crazy world we live in is all I can say. Weird stuff happens, bad stuff happens to good people. It's very unfortunate.
Today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns.
All right. So what's up, everyone? What's up, Preston? What's up, Whitey? What's up, Donovan? So yes, I was reading through, some reason I was on I was reading through some Facebook stuff yesterday on my computer, and I saw that apparently, like, along with Natasha and I breaking up on Friday, I saw that
Cody Parkey now, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. Taking it about the one.
so like my first ever like real girlfriend that I had in my life, who we had a relationship for about, like, I want to say about 4 or 5 years when she was going through college. She moved to Wisconsin. She got married. She had 2 kids, and she had a Facebook post from yesterday that said that her husband died on Friday.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be brought down here at
So yeah, so that was just like, wow. I mean, not like, you know, I mean, we still have, I mean, not like we still message each other like on Facebook and stuff like that. You know, she's lost her father like a couple years ago. She lost her sister last year. Her sister that was younger than her. Her dad passed away from cancer. Her sister passed away from cancer. And then now this year, then her husband dies. It didn't say how he died or what happened, if it was COVID or whatever the heck it was. I knew he was a bigger dude, so I mean, I'm kind of envisioning maybe it's something with his health. Well, I mean, I guess obviously, but like he wasn't like some 60-year-old dude. And we're talking about someone who's like my age or younger. They said he unexpectedly passed away, so I don't know what happened, but you know, I'm not really gonna ask her what happened, but like it's just like, dude, like what the hell is up with life?
Profitable as the other, but still a decent game. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line.
Well, last year, of course, you have.
That one complete to him.
Of course, last year you had a lot of people die, right? I mean, we have literally had hundreds of thousands of people die. You know, maybe not directly related to COVID per se, but like, you know, directly and indirectly related to COVID, right? Because again, it's one of the things why some people say that like they don't believe. I mean, I'm sure. Well, some people don't even believe COVID's real. So you have that. But for the people who do believe COVID's real, some people also believe, you know, my neighbor Melinda being one of them. And me, you know, and I can agree with it to some extent too, is that the hospitals get money for people who die from COVID. So it's kind of like in their best interest to categorize as many deaths as possible as COVID related. So I mean, if there's any, but like, so like someone could get COVID and they've already got like other underlying health issues like heart problems and stuff like that, and maybe they died because their heart couldn't handle it or whatever, but it's like because of the fact they got COVID, it's like, well, it's COVID related.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pitch and catch.
So like
and they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening.
Oh, Mahomes taking off. Oh.
Going to plan so far. He'll get 5.
That is the one thing I do worry about in this game, though. Like, to me, the X factor in the game is going to have to be what Patrick Mahomes can do. I mean, Cleveland has not really been great with like scrambling quarterbacks. So I do worry about that a bit, especially without them having Watkins in this game. Like, that's going to be interesting. So
the tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Around me, we lost one of our seniors to an overdose. Oh, that was that's who that was. That was on Snapchat. I see. You're scared of hunting Chubb. That's it. Okay. I'd be more afraid of. I mean, yeah, I understand being afraid of them, but I also would say that it's worthwhile to be afraid of Baker as well.
And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Right off the bat.
They don't have their starting RB. That's not what I read. The injury report from yesterday said that Belair, he was questionable. or Hilaire or whatever, but they didn't have him ruled out. The final injury report from yesterday did not have him ruled out. They said he was questionable and he had not practiced. So I don't have him removed from this game. There were only 2 people on their from the Chiefs wire that there were only 2 people that Kansas City, it was confirmed this morning. Well, I didn't see that listed in their injury report, so he's in this game. Yeah, Watkins and Willie Gay, right. Yeah, so both of them are off of the depth chart in this game. Browns have no injuries other than, again, the ones that were like season ending, like obviously Odell's out, obviously Olivier Vernon's out, but beyond that, like Batonio's back, Ward's back, their DB core is back, like the 2 guys that Ward obviously one of them, and then the other ones, like everyone's back. God, can you imagine that? Last year, 22 touchdowns, 21 interceptions, and then this year you have like 25 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, or 10, something like that. Has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129. Right, the coaching staff is back, right? So we couldn't simulate a game when the coaching staff's out.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
So it says that was holding.
He'll get this one underneath. Flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
So it says, classy move, the sports alert says, classy move by Bills Mafia. It says, Lamar Jackson suffered a concussion, obviously last night in the playoff game. Bills fan responded by donating to his favorite charity. Although, to be honest, like, I kind of laughed when he got, I don't know, it's just me. Like, I know I shouldn't laugh about it, but when they said that when he got that concussion, I was just like, wow, dude, like, it's so fitting. You want to run the ball so much, Now, granted, I realize that play was not. That was the one where it was a bad snap, and he had to run back to get the ball, and then he got rolled up on, and just the way he hit the ground was bad. But you know what? That's the risk that you take when you want to run the ball so much. And I feel like it's going to take for him. He's going to have to suffer. He's going to have to suffer an RG3 type injury. Baker throw. Oh, overthrown incomplete. He has to suffer an RG3 type injury for Baltimore to realize that, like, he's not an actual quarterback. And we saw that yesterday. When he could not run the ball or get out of the pocket, and the Bills, like, did a very good job. Obviously he had some runs, but, like, they,
an incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
That center should be fired. Well, see, I don't know if it was the center necessarily. Yeah, the Chiefs sent a blitz. Oh.
He's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to
what the?
And you hate those situations if you're an O-line.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Is this what Juju was talking about? Gray faces? What? Mike? Big Mike? He's just like, hey, bro. Do you see I tagged you in Discord yesterday? So is Lamar Jackson still an elite QB? Baker on Oklahoma was goated. Right. Yeah, well, they just said in this game, too, that he has the most, like, touchdown passes. Unless that's changed, but I'm a center myself, and when that happens, it just kills you inside. Wow. Yes, he is? Okay, all right. Well, look, the Bills proved exactly what I was saying going into that game, that if he couldn't run the ball and they forced him to have to throw, that would happen. And remember when he tried to throw in the end zone, he got pick six. That's Lamar Jackson. That's the thing, is just like, if you make him have to throw, there's a pretty good chance you're gonna win. Because he can't throw the ball. He's not a good.
They'll start with the option.
He's not that great of a QB. He's good enough, like, to manage the ball, kind of. But, like, yeah, so the thing with the snaps yesterday, though, was, and again, the commentators mentioned it, was they were talking about because of the wind. Yeah, did you get killed by a couch? Right, Mike, I thought, again, I gave you an award because I thought the couch ate you finally. It finally returned. It returned back. Whoa! Myles Garrett just rode on that dude's head. If Baker Mayfield don't have a run game, he sucks. What? I mean, I don't know if that's true because I don't know if that's necessarily true because remember in that game against Cincinnati where they went down, they were down big. And again, I get it that it was the Bengals, but like they didn't have much choice in that game but to have to throw at the end. And remember, that's when Baker had 5 touchdowns that game. So, I mean, I don't think that's true. It's just that he doesn't have to put it all on him. And I'm not saying that, like, Lamar should have to put it all on him, like, he should have to throw. But the problem is that when you're in a situation where you do need to do that, like, maybe the offensive coordinator needs to find better plays to let him be more successful so that he's not having to try to do everything by himself, right? The more he has to run, the more like, the rest of that team is not helping him. And I guess that's my point. So, maybe not everything's on Lamar, right? But if he's having to do it all, then that says something about the rest of your team. You're not much of a team. But yeah, when he got injured yesterday, I was just like, yeah, that game was definitely, I mean, it was definitely over at that point, right? Like, that just, whatever wind they had in their sails was gone. That team was deflated. They were just done at that point. A molested cow's gonna kill me. Yeah, I gave you an award for that because it was like I thought you died because the couch came after you. It finally paid you back. Mahomes running. Oh God, Garrett after him. Oh, down goes Mahomes. Down goes Mahomes. Garrett gets the sack. Oh snap, dude! Garrett looks sick in this game, man. Myles Garrett looks sexy with those black gloves. He's like, dude, how could you? But like Andy Reid makes the play call, so I don't like. Why are you yelling at him? He's just like, bro, you make the call, not me. So Kansas City looks like they're gonna have to kick a field goal here. So a 3rd down stop for Cleveland.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, this from 37.
Ready for Baker to lose? Shut up, dude. You know what? That's where you were probably saying the same thing last week too, right? Mike, you were thinking, oh yeah, the Steelers are going to beat the Browns because, they had their whole team back.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately starts.
And,
things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Oh, how about Lamar 1 for 3 in the playoffs? Trash. That'll be the 50-year-old QB. Really, Mike? Mike, I just hear nothing but excuses. I hear nothing but excuses, man.
So how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it has.
Look, remember, without their head coach, with the Browns not having their head coach at the game, and having 2 starting DBs out, and having 1 offensive lineman out, but then ended up having another offensive lineman go out in the game, so they had 2 backup offensive linemen in the game. All 3 yells were oh my God.
You're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe a establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is
Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes fighting the right to play in the AFC Championship. Never thought I'd hear that. Right?
Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Okay, come on. What is that? What was that? Baker Mayfield's not going to miss that throw. Do you see that? The dude was sitting underneath the coverage, and he overthrew him. Come on. This game is lying to me right now.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll run for it.
All right, so Chubb gets the first anyways, but
Get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Mike, stop. So Mike, what happened to you? Like, where have you been? Did you get like COVID? I thought you either got COVID or you fell in love. Because those are usually the only two reasons why people just randomly disappear. Or you just decided that you hated me all of a sudden one day for some odd reason. Even though, like, you know, I treat you like my adopted son. My adopted black son. Did you get your stimulus check and then like go out and buy some hookers and go to Vegas and get high, do some drugs, have a coke and weed party?
First and 10.
You were on a strike. On a strike from what? From like social media or something, or what? What do you mean on a strike? You were telling me that was all about going on a strike for not being in League One or something? Like, is that can't really be what it is, dude. Because you didn't even say anything. I kept messaging you, and you would never message me back. I was like legitimately concerned. I was legitimately concerned about your well-being, Mike. You should know that. I care about everyone that like participates. Nice pass. There you go. All right. There you go. Hey, look, it's Josh Gordon. Just kidding. Sorry, he's smoking weed.
Big yardage there for the Browns. 18.
You're a Mike mind reader.
It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, "Hey, who's gonna make a play for me? I just need something right here." And
so this guy was out last week too.
Nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Against Pittsburgh. You got my Simmons. You got your Simmons. Went to the Lombardi Trophy case, and one of the other teams cheat by winning. T. Baker. Wait, what? Also, y'all wouldn't let me spam, so what's my purpose? What do you mean, what's your purpose? Your purpose is just to like be a nice guy and like be the you know, like interact with people and like, you know, be part of the community, and you're a nice kid, man. You created a spam chat. Yes, I did. Well, yeah, but like it's kind of one of those just dumb things that, like, you know, yes, those things get taken advantage of, though. I mean, that was not meant for like bots. Oh, nice catch. 10-5. Oh, touchdown, Browns. Hooper reached over. What a play.
26 yards. And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after.
And the extra point is good, so the Browns bring it back within a possession. Yeah, I know it would, Preston. That's why I said, like, could you imagine? That'd be crazy. Like, the Browns and the Bills being in the AFC Championship game. That's like going back to, like, stuff from, like, the 80s and stuff, you know, crap. Sort of. So Gabe sent me a DM yesterday in Discord. He always is funny. He calls me Pops. He's just like, "Hey, Pops." He's like, He's like, I have visions that it's gonna be the Browns. It's gonna be the Browns and the Bucs in the Super Bowl. That's what he's thinking is gonna happen. Which, you know, it'd be funny because remember, like back when Mayfield was first drafted, one of those commercials they had was Brady passing the. It was effectively almost like Brady passing the torch to Baker Mayfield. Where, you know, it showed him like giving him rings or something like that. I mean, that would make for an interesting storyline, wouldn't it? Well, so I don't. Well, yeah, I'm gonna. Well, yes, I'm doing both games. That's in the title of the video. I don't know about watch party thing because, you know, Melinda's been very supportive of me like this last, you know, several days. Like she's just been there. She went with me this morning to go do what I needed to do, and you know, she's just been like the friend that she's always been. And you know, you know, I feel real bad.
Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
I just feel real bad about the fact that, you know, I just like with, you know, a lot of other people and things in life, you know, during that time last year especially, like I just, you know, I set a lot of things aside. I set a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of friends aside to be with Natasha and do stuff with her because, you know, I was following my heart. And
the run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw.
You know, I left you know, you know, she was one of those people, and so I spent a lot less time with her and didn't pay her as much attention, even though, like, you know, she's always been a good friend and has always been supportive. And so now, like, you know, I feel terrible that I have to, you know, I have to fall back on her. I mean, I don't feel bad because of that. It's just the fact that, like, you know, she was ignored for so long, and then now I'm coming back to her like, hey, I need your, you know, I want you to support me, right? And oh God, he's gone, Hardman. You know, so I feel bad about that because now it's like, yeah, you know, I ignored you, and now I need you to be here for me when I wasn't really like there for you. So that likely wouldn't happen because why would Denzel Ward go for that pick? That didn't make any fucking sense. We saw that in some other game like that too. Remember when the guy went for the pick, but he was behind the offensive player, and he was looking for the interception? Actually, that's the same kind of deal, actually, right? Because he was, but like normally the guy's gonna dive in front of the ball, and you're gonna have like a deflection or something like that. You're not gonna have where he goes behind and thinking that the offensive player's not gonna catch the ball first. So that kind of play doesn't make any sense. But it is EA, so that's all we can expect. But, you know, so YouTube, something's wrong with YouTube, I think. Well, actually, I don't know if something's wrong with it, but, like, I thought I understood how it calculated the hours, but I feel like there's a delay in the hours showing up by, like, days. Because when I did that stream from Friday to Saturday, like early Saturday morning, and the other stream Saturday morning, I had at least 35 combined hours of watch time, 34 or 35, something like that. And the hours today were like -1. Like it went down by 1. And I'm like, dude, like, how is that even possible? Like, it should have went up by like 20 some hours, or whatever the difference was between that and whatever fell off from this time last year. So I feel like there's kind of like a couple day delay when the hours show up, because I'm expecting a huge surge, because now I'm still like teetering on 2,000. It's like 2,997 hours watch time, and I wholeheartedly expected to be over 3,000 hours today. I mean, again, the ultimate goal was 4,000 hours of watch time, but
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 30.
Really, why would Hunt cut out to where he can get tackled?
Down he goes, folded like a lawn
Lies.
In the first half, they've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to
But yeah, so I don't know. I just, like I said, I feel bad for the way I treated people, and I tried to not be that way when stuff was going on, but like she kind of made me that way. I mean, and I'm not blaming her for that, but like, you know, she kind of made me that way in the sense that it was like, hey, I got time, and it's like, well, if you have time, like, I knew there would be a time where she wouldn't have time or as much time, and so I wanted to make sure I capitalized. Bayfield throwing deep. Oh my God. If you watch old stream, that counts, doesn't it? Yes. If you watch old streams, yes, that counts towards watch hours. Yes, like total watch time for the channel. I mean, there's certain videos that like get a lot of, well, I should say relatively a lot of views. I mean, it's not like I get millions of views on my videos or anything like that. Come on, dude, really? Why would you scramble backwards? BS, bro. Yeah, so now it says that now I got the alert that Hilaire will be out. So I mean, that's obviously one change that's not reflected in this game.
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Jamie Gillendown as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hardman to return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead.
How many days is 1,000 hours?
For a little bit more production out of himself.
Divide 1,000 by 24.
But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime.
Right, by 1,000 by 24.
So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing.
Wait, 1,000 hours divided by 24 hours. 41.6666666666 days.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell, and he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Bell, the ball, give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
So 100, so it's 100. I don't know why. Why would it be like their required watch time is 166 days? Down goes Mahomes. Down goes Mahomes. Garrett with his 2nd sack of the game. Damn, in the zone.
For his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get
so 166 days for 4,000 hours of watch time. I don't know why that's their goal. I feel like it should be like 3 months. Like, how about 120 days? You know, like that would be more realistic, and that would certainly be less than 3,000 or less than 4,000 hours of watch time.
Gonna need better protection here. Following the sack from Mahomes and company.
You needed Baker to throw for 400 yards. Yeah, but why? I don't think that's realistic. Baker doesn't. I mean, he shouldn't have to need to throw for 400 yards. No, it's not. If he has a suck, if he's throwing for 400 yards, that means that the rest of the offense isn't really working that great. Like the part that he needs to do. Like he plays his role. His role is to be able to drive the ball down the field if he needs to. Otherwise, rely on your running game. Yeah, rely on your running game. Rely on short passes and all that kind of stuff. Mahomes breaks free, but then he chucks it. Okay, so Kansas City's going to have to punt here. That was weird. 12 for 12, 153 yards from Mahomes in the first half. I don't get why he would have thrown that, but I mean, I guess. To Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, you bet money on this game. Like what? You talking about like you picked your players? Is that what you mean by you bet money on this game?
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. A A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
You bet $5 that Mahomes and Baker throw for 400 yards. What the heck? Why? I don't see. That's a terrible bet, Mike. That's the very definition of gambling, but like you have to be smart about it. I think that's a terrible bet. Baker's talking about himself again. Thinks he's an NFL QB. How cute. Wait, what? Mike finally escaped from his basement, right? All right, so the Browns drive in here a little bit. 4 for 26. That's not a bad. That's just over 6 yards a carry for Chubb right now. But the Browns need to kind of do like some hurry up offense here, right? You know, they need to get some bigger chunks, get in field goal range, or obviously try to get a touchdown would be far better than keeping the 17-10. I wanted to bet though my mom through my mom, but she doesn't trust my football knowledge. Ooh. Well, if you were Amon, I would probably say the same thing. Wow, he gained a yard. If you were Amon, I would probably say the same thing because every week he picked like he had like the locks and stuff like that, and I felt like everyone he bet, and the upsets, and every time he bet for I think it was the locks, most of his locks were wrong. So I said at one point I was like, yeah, if you're betting, just look to see what Amon says his locks are, and then bet for the other team because he always seems to pick the wrong team to win. It was either that or the upset, whichever one it was. It was just good catch, first down. All right, so we're gonna hit the 2-minute warning. The Browns at their own 43 with 2 minutes left in the half, so definitely plenty of time. They need about like 27 yards to be in sure enough field goal range for Madden. You got the COVID vaccine last Thursday and my arm hurt for hours. Well, yeah, but that's because, well, you've had a flu shot before, right? You do realize that's not just like a COVID vaccine kind of thing. When people have that happen when they get the flu shot as well. Certain people do. I mean, I haven't had the flu shot. I haven't gotten a flu shot in years. So I don't know what that feeling is. I mean, I probably had it when I was a kid, but like I don't think I've had a flu shot since I was in high school. So, and that was a long time ago. So yeah. Throw it. Whoa, spins around. Oh, broken play to the 10-5 touchdown, Jarvis Landry. Woo! Oh, Cleveland making it a game now. You took Cleveland plus 10. Damn. Oh man. Look at Baker looking like Brett Favre out there with that throw. And then Landry breaking a tackle. Screw Cleveland by 50. No, see, that's the thing, man. No. Vaccine takes 4+ years to develop. Why would you take it? Well, yeah, so the only concern I have with the whole vaccine thing right now is that because there's all these reports of different newer strains of it coming out. They had one in New York. They found something in Ohio. You know, I feel like there's different strains being found. I'm not sure if the new strains are the same new strain, but they're just finding it in different places, or if there's actually multiple different strains of it. But the problem is that if the base vaccine isn't enough to, the base vaccine may not be enough to include what's covered in that new strain. I mean, I'm not 100% certain, but you know, you may be getting vaccinated with something that protects you only from the initial strain of it, but not like the variants. So then what? Then you're going to have different, you know, vaccinations, different versions of the vaccination that you have to worry about getting in the future. It's like, shit. That's the thing, though, for me, flu shots hardly leave your arm sore. I was sore into the next morning. Well, I mean, like I said, I remember someone at work. It was 2 years ago. Yeah, because it wasn't last year, because obviously we didn't see each other at work last year. But, like, 2 years ago, or early last year, whenever the heck they were doing the flu shots, they were like, he's like, yeah, I got that flu shot, man. He's like, my arm was hurting me, like, forever, seemingly. I remember him saying that. They're older. He's older. He's probably older than me. By not much. Or about my same age. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I remember him saying that his arm was hurting like for a while afterwards, and it seemed like it lasted longer than usual. So, I mean, that's nothing to be worried about. Your dad gets a second shot? Oh, so they just gave him like a partial, like the half vaccine or something? The half dose? All right, so I wonder if KC's doing hurry-up offense here? Or what? What the deal is. Wait, what is this? Why did this open up? Oh, yeah.
Receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
Oh, Mahomes taking off. Throws. Caught. Wow, why is he that wide open down the field? Then they're going to use the timeout, so now they're about midfield.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Oh, Mahomes hit on the throw. Incomplete. Damn.
This will be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any.
So I take it is everyone planning on watching all the games today and all that kind of stuff? I assume everyone's excited. First dose has very little COVID in it, but the second dose will use it to you, and the antibodies you already filled up in the first dose fights it. I'll have to ask Melinda about that because.
And he stopped immediately there. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Because technically, like, I don't know. I guess I don't understand why there's a second dose. I guess that's something I have to ask Melinda about to see what she thinks about that. They sent a blitz. Oh, great tackle on 3rd down. So that's, the decision time. Do you try for an extra long field goal here, or you just punt it away? I mean, I think you punt it away, but Madden might have them try to kick a field goal.
You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big
You're watching the Browns
play.
game?
Create a play, run after catch.
Yeah.
Really.
See, the thing is, I don't know if I want to watch it. I felt like I've done so good this year by not watching games, and then they end up winning a lot. And so, like, I think that's part of, they won a lot of games. So I'm kind of like thinking, like, maybe I shouldn't watch it. Maybe I shouldn't, like, break my tradition. I mean, I keep up with the scores, but, like, I don't really ever watch the games. Like, I'll watch the games after the fact. But, okay. So they do punt it. All right, so chances are Cleveland just takes a knee here.
At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Go for it? You don't go for that. Not when you're at your 41, and then the Browns would have 3 timeouts. If you don't convert, they call a timeout, and then they can get a 20-yard play real quick, call a timeout, be in field goal range, and then you got a tie game.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it.
Yeah, you're just going to take a knee. If Casey better not call a timeout after this. That'd be annoying. No. All right, so we're going to halftime. I believe Kansas City got the ball first, so the Browns will get the ball here after the half.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
He thinks Lamar is a QB that should tell you everything. Right. You forgot Mike actually doesn't. You forgot Mike likes Lamar. He doesn't actually know football. I mean, you can like. I mean, I get you can like who you. I mean, you can like whoever you want, but yeah, I mean, you got to be like semi-realistic about expectations. Why are we listening to Asian pop in Madden? I don't know, man. That's you gotta ask EA about that, bro.
Probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, Mayfield back to pass, caught, and got the first down, rolling on a defender. Lamar the best? Well, I mean, if he was the best, then he would have had a great game yesterday and would have had no issues trying to help his team get that dub. But he got cornered, man. Now again, okay, maybe that wasn't all. Okay, let's try to think objectively here. Okay, so instead of just ragging on Lamar and bringing him down and saying like he needs to do everything or he should have been able to do something, like I just feel like the thing is that the Bills. You're right. They did have 2 missed field goals. Yes. So I'm gonna rap with you here, Mike. Okay. So let's think objectively as possible. So clearly I'll have some bias because considering that it is the Ravens. Mayfield throws deep. Oh, what a catch by Landry! Landry with his OBJ showing up. Landry with his OBJ catch right there, bruh. O-line blocks nobody. Well, but see, that's the thing. Lamar was never really that much in danger. It's just that they did a very good job of containing him. And then, so he had to make decisions. Look at that. Whoop. There's his OBJ catch right there. He got contained. And then when he had to make decisions, like, either his receivers just weren't open. But, you know, for as much as everyone talks about, oh, Hollywood Brown and all these guys, like, oh, they're great guys, blah, blah, blah. You know, they were making a big deal about him at the Bengals game. Damn it, that's a holding on the offense, of course.
But the flags fly, and this one could be coming back.
So they made a big deal about him, Hollywood Brown, getting like 2 touchdowns or whatever it was, the Bengals game, and like how good he is. But like that dude didn't do jack shit last night. You know, he wasn't open last night. So I don't know. Like, I mean, objectively, I don't know like what they can do. I just feel like their offensive coordinator needed to have a better game plan and put them in a spot. I mean, because even if you do make those 2 field goals, it's still 17-9, right? Hunt like runs, but then runs out of bounds, but he still had a pretty good chunk there. Okay, so 2nd and 6. So again, the Browns are in field goal position right now, so they're in a position to tie this game. Lamar missed him in the end zone. Well, yeah, exactly. And he threw a bad pass. That was the pick 6, right? Probably. So I mean, the time that maybe. Oh, caught the touchdown! Wow. Cleveland takes the lead to Higgins. Hollywood Higgins. They needed to roll out the red carpet for him. Where's the celebration? See, I feel like they need to have that in the game. Like if a team has a certain like celebration they do for certain players. The Ravens just suck. Look, I mean, obviously they're not that bad because they wouldn't have been in the playoffs, right? So let's, again, trying to be Bills fans really donated Lamar's favorite. Yes, that's what I said. I read that earlier. Mike, did we watch the same game? Huntley had a wide open touchdown to Hollywood and totally missed him. Well, yes, but I mean, that's expected. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Lamar. You know, I mean, obviously that guy, you know, he came in fully not expecting that he would be playing in a freaking playoff game with the game on the line to a team where he probably barely gets any reps. You know, I'm not saying like a backup quarterback doesn't have the responsibility, but I mean, that's kind of, and you're down 17-3. you know, like, and you got 6 minutes left in the game. Okay, go win us the game, champ. You know, it's kind of like, what do you do? Like, you know, it's, yeah, you could have very well could have had a great game, but how the backup not ready? What do you mean how he's not ready? I mean, a backup is only as ready as they can be, is my point. They don't take first team reps.
Cody Parkey.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
As, you know, they don't get first team reps, and even if they do, it's like they get like one, you know, per practice session, 1 rep. You know, it's not like they sit there and practice consistently with first team. So I mean, it's like, that's what I mean. It's like you're only as ready as you can be as a backup, QB especially. You know, it's one thing to be a backup DB, or, you know, I think maybe any other position, but like to be a backup QB, you know, everything's about timing, right? You know, so maybe he expected Hollywood to be further down the field than he was. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that go into it, right? Everything's about timing when you're on the offensive side of the ball. So I mean, defense is not so much, right? I mean, it's follow your guy, or you know, knowing if you're playing zone or man or whatever. You know, it's kind of like that's the kind of stuff you have to remember, like who's got assignments, you know. So I mean, there's something to be said about that too. I'm not trying to undermine the position, but I'm just saying that, like, with a QB, I feel like you have to be, you know, the QB is, that's why they say the QB is the most important part of a team, because it truly is. Like, you have to know the playbook, you have to know the players, you have to know the timing, the rhythm, changes, audibles. You need to know how to call out who's blitzing on the line. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that you have to take into consideration. And but yeah, like, either way, like, objectively, yeah, I mean, Lamar shouldn't have to do it all. And I guess my problem is that Lamar shouldn't have to be a 1,000-yard rusher in addition to passing a lot in order for that team to be successful. Did y'all team make the playoffs? Well, Trey is a Bills fan, so yes. I'm a Browns fan, so yes.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
But, you know, it's just funny that even, like, Colin Cowherd is, like, pulling for the Browns now. Patriot, really? I mean, all right, dude. Like, come on, Mike. Mike, did your team make the playoffs? No. How about them? How about them Raiders? We were trying to give you shit about that at the end of the season, but you weren't here. But you weren't here, Mike. But hey, at least they went 8-8, right? You know, John Gruden went for 2 in that clutch game against the 5-10 Broncos.
So not quite a first down
to get them to 8-8, dude, come on, the Raiders. How are you? Can't honestly tell me that the Raiders are not a disappointment as far as you're concerned. Oh, what a play on 2nd and inches, and they lose a couple yards. Okay, they lose half a yard. Denzel Ward with a nice play there.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read.
Giants would have if they had one more game. Oh my God, come on, like, I mean. Come on, dude. Like, we have to admit the Giants did not play good this season. I mean, they could have been. Remember their playoff hopes came down to needing another team to win for them to get in. So I mean, it's kind of like, you know, you just can't be in that position. I mean, and I know if I was a Giants fan and that was what it took, then yes, of course I would have been like, you know, yeah, they need to, you know, hopefully the other team, the team that I need to win, the team that I want to win for us to get in would have won, absolutely.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Bills-Browns would be fantastic. That would be nice. That would be cool.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Man, a lot of these short, they're just getting. See, this is the thing that this was the thing. So, like, what's happening right now with these short passes? This is kind of like the same thing we saw in the Bills and Ravens sim the other day. For some reason, the linebackers in this game, they play like they're like all sitting at the first down marker. I don't know why this game insists that like the entire team's gonna drop back so far from the line of scrimmage and not have like a spy or someone close to the line. You know, those guys, someone would have seen that guy standing there and would have been over him or at least close to him, not like 8 yards behind him. I know, Trey. It's good. That's what I want. That's kind of what we're looking for. So they have, remember, that's Bell this time, but like Hilaire is still in the game.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Ignoring your comments since 2017. Like, what the hell are you talking about? All you said was something about Trey. Oh, Watkins and OBJ talking about shit. No. Well, OBJ, I mean, I don't think he talked shit. He just said like, hey, he's like he's like basically like people are gonna be I think he said what? People are gonna be surprised when the Browns win. Like, I feel like that's the only thing he ever really said. I mean, I don't know beyond that, but I mean, that's not like really talking shit or anything. Mahomes throws and a touchdown. Is that Hardman again? Yes. So Hardman's second touchdown. But you know what's good? I need the views for hours, guys. So, you know, hey, the more people that are here for 3 hours while this is going, why people's not playing? Wait, what? Oh, you said Raiders defense needs work. Maybe. I mean, what about the offense, though? And Bills Browns would be fantastic. I feel like the NFL would have a lot of hype. I mean, I feel like I don't think it matters who goes there, because I mean, whether it's Bills Chiefs or Bills Browns, I mean, I feel like that's still going to be a very interesting matchup, regardless of who's there. What did Watkins say? That Cleveland is basically an easy W? Oh, God. So he's basically pulling a boo-boo. That was a terrible return. You should have just took a knee, bruh.
Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
You don't even know your own player. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Donna, you're talking about Peoples-Jones? I mean, he is. There's no one that's... The Browns have everyone's active for Cleveland except for the people who are done for the season. So, like, obviously, like I said, OBJ is out and Olivier Vernon is out. Those people we know. There may be other, like, more or less significant players, but like Batonio's back, Ward's back. There's like all the receivers are back. Like, everyone's back. Packers Browns Super Bowl. No, I do not want that. Baker back to throw, caught wide open for Landry. Dude, Landry's such a good player, man. Like, honestly, and I know like a lot of the commentators from sports networks this past week have commented on it. The fact that like Jarvis, in addition to the coaching staff change this season, Jarvis Landry is like, someone mentioned like, hey, you remember when they were on Hard Knocks? Like, you remember when they were on Hard Knocks and OBJ or Landry was in that locker room and saying crap like,
a first down throw for Mayfield. To the right side, and
they were like, remember Hard Knocks when he was in there saying, hey, if you're not going to put in your work every day and you don't want to like be here or whatever, he's like, well, then you just need to leave. Like, they're like, that's the guy that Cleveland has always needed in their locker room, and it's so good that they should be thankful that they have him, because, you know, when you have players like that, in addition to coaches that are strong-minded and know how to coach properly. It's like that creates a very good culture and a very good, it creates a very good culture, a very good locker room. You have a lot of, it's a sense of team, a sense of unity, a sense of competition. I mean, there's just so much that goes into it, and that, it definitely helps them in games like this. And Landry's got to be happy because I don't think he ever went to any playoff games as a Miami Dolphin, right? I don't think they ever got into the playoffs with him. So this is his first, playoff run, too. Oh, nice pass by Baker to Njoku.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A good play. There's the Browns strike.
Good first down. Oh, wait, Higgins? Oh, for some reason I thought that was Njoku. He looks kind of big, though, for Higgins. Higgins is not that big. He looked more like Njoku build.
They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
The same. Yeah, that was when Coleman, right? Corey Coleman got traded after that. You think once in 2016 with Miami? Yeah, did he ever? I felt like he never made the playoffs. Felt like he was never part of a playoff team.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll get this one down.
I mean, OBJ wasn't, right? OBJ was never part of a playoff team. And that's why it's sad for him. I feel for the guy. It's unfortunate that he couldn't be around right now for this. Because it's just so I mean, but it's at the same time, for him, he's probably thinking shit, if when I come back next year, assuming he doesn't get traded or something, I just think down goes Baker. Damn, that put him out of field goal range though. So they need at least. Yeah, guys, if you're liking the stream, be sure to leave a like, guys, if you don't mind. I appreciate it. So they need 5 yards to get back in the, pretty much guaranteed field goal range for EA. That was a weird tackle, too. I don't know why you would go down like that. You would end up killing your back. He gave the Browns a perfect season. Corey Coleman. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Mike. He did. He helped. Oh, with all his drops. He was just as bad as Braylon Edwards became. Mayfield looking. He's going to run it. Oh, my God. Then he slides. But he at least got back in the field goal range. So very good. That was a great play there by Baker. A great individual effort. So we're going to get to the end of the third. And we're going to end up with a tie game here very likely. Leave your dad a like without him. Leave a dad a like without him. You wouldn't be here. God. Right.
Has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So, is there anyone,
Cody Parkey
I feel like I've seen that face before.
43-yard attempt.
The kick is up, and it's good. Cody Parkey drilling it.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
With the double doink. Nah, you know what would be crazy if Parkey ended up with a triple doink and it ends up going through the goalpost. Then he could or a double doink that goes through and is successful. That would be the ultimate reputation repair kick.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
God, I don't know how you can sleep at night knowing that Cody Parkey is your favorite team's kicker. Look, Cody Parkey, despite some of the bad stuff, honestly, it's better than Zane Gonzalez and all those other kickers. The last decent kicker that Cleveland had was Phil Dawson, up until what Cody Parkey has managed to do. So, yeah, there's certain times where you feel like you can't trust him. Oh, Mahomes hit on the throw. Incomplete. I thought he was going to get sacked again. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's a little rough, but like, you know, he's still solid enough. I felt like when they had him, remember they had him before he went to Chicago, and then Cleveland got rid of him, and they used Zane Gonzalez instead, and then Zane Gonzalez used to get field goal kicks blocked. His kicks would always get blocked. At least Parkey's not getting his kicks blocked. At least he can get them off. Now whether or not they're accurate is a whole, you know, that's a whole different thing. But it's kind of like, is that his first catch of the game? I feel like that's Tyreek's. No, okay, he had 7 for 70. All right. For some reason, I felt like I hadn't called his name before in this game. But you know, like Parkey's still like he's much more solid. He's far more solid than any kicker the Browns have had since Phil Dawson. So yeah, I mean, you kind of have a risk with him kicking long field goals. But I mean, you know, the coaching staff's not going to put him in a position where they'll let him miss. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll put him in a position where he can be successful and have less chances of being a reason for them like not scoring.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation.
So Cleveland changed their they're becoming more aggressive. It looks like they're going to be trying to focus more on stripping the ball. So I feel like when you switch to aggressive nature on the defense, like stripping the ball, obviously you're focusing slightly less on tackling and more on oh god, Mahomes is going to run. You're focusing slightly less on tackling and more on trying to strip the ball. So missed tackles could be a thing. Whoa, what is this view? This is a view inside a player. This is like we're inside someone's head. Oh god. What was that? The camera was like right behind like the first down marker or something. I don't know.
You don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Like I said, that's the one aspect. The one aspect of this game that concerns me the most is Mahomes' ability to run. That's honestly what I'm more worried about than anything else.
He's brought down to the 28.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked.
Because like with Watkins being out, I feel like you should maybe be able to pay more attention to Tyreek. So I fully expect Hardman to have a much better game. That's the one thing I would expect, but I feel like if you can keep Tyreek in check, then that helps you, and then you have to worry more about Tyreek and Kelsey. And then the run game, you know, obviously you need to kind of pay attention, but like with Hilaire being out, like, you know, they've got to rely on Le'Veon Bell, who's kind of had like a mediocre season. Yeah, I'm saying, like, you know how they have the actual markers that are part of the chain that move down that's, you know, slide down the field, the orange things. It was like the camera was behind one or something.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
14-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
If Cleveland could hold them to a field goal here, that would obviously be ideal. Like that's, oh man. Oh, that could have been a pick 6 right there, guys. Did you see that? He jumped that route, but he missed. Now I feel like you don't miss that ball, you tip it or something happens. Like that's kind of, you know, shady, but like, oh, imagine he tried, but he was a little late. Look at that. See, that would have been a tip. That would have been a tip. That would have been a tip ball. He wouldn't have missed it completely.
Butker on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. 24.
Yeah, so we're making good time. So I feel like by 1:30 the game should be over. We got 6:42 left in the game. Worst case, I mean, if we have to, then the next game we'll have to unfortunately use less time in the quarters. But 10-minute quarters should have been enough to make it an hour and a half. So there's a chance. Oh, someone asked if. Oh, you asked if I was gonna stream, maybe stream. So I kind of actually.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this.
I didn't really answer the question. I started into something about talking about Melinda and feeling bad for not being there, and she's been there to support me the last like several days, like very much. Like she's just been like she's just a great fucking friend. Like, you know, I couldn't ask for someone better right now. Well, I mean, I could have asked for my girlfriend to not, you know, be who she turned in to be, but like I could, you know, certainly that would have been a lot better, but. Or my ex-girlfriend, I should say at this point, right? So, but like, you know, Melinda's been like everything that I need right now to just be very helpful and someone to talk to and so on and so forth. So that's been extremely helpful. But she had asked me about going to do some embalming with her today. Since this is the day she's on call, and I told her that I would definitely consider doing it. I told her before I wanted to go with her at some point. I just never have. The time has just never been right. Chubb fumble, come on. I think he was down. He was down. So yeah, I was gonna go with her to do some embalmings. And but she said something. Yeah, he was down. That ball kicked out way after he was down. It looked like that's going to be reviewed. I feel like it's going to be overturned. It looked like he was down. Then when he rolled over, then the ball popped out. And they didn't even show you a good. They didn't even show you a good angle. It's going to go in a review. Yeah, booth review, absolutely, because all turnovers are reviewed. So.
Plays, Charles, did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon?
Down, then the ball came out. See, look, ball popped out after he was down, so it's going to be overturned. Easy, see? Down, ball, popped out. See, it's still there, then it came out. So it was down by contact. The comeback is back to being real. It never stopped being real. So the Browns got the ball first down. Of course it is. That was obvious. That was obvious, brah. Yeah, so the call was reversed. I just said that it was reversed, so.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Now you're not being objective, Wade. Now you're just being like a fan. Like there's one thing to be a fan. Good pass, play. All right, and get yourself a few yards, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes.
Why are you wearing a bra? What the hell are you talking about? You talking about his pads?
You're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be.
They're all wearing bras then.
It's gonna be a long day for you.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Yeah, that's sus. It's not sus. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. He was like, his knee was down, and then he got flipped around, and then the ball came out. I mean, there's nothing sus about that, dude. There's something sus about you right now.
And not allowing any lanes to open up.
That's like fans when a penalty happens and then it's obvious and then the fans boo when they get a penalty call against them, even though like you knew it was a penalty, right? Good screenplay, first down, Cleveland to Higgins. So look at Mayfield, 18 for 21, 284, and 3 touchdowns.
Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it.
So not a lot of running in this game for Cleveland. I mean, it's been very balanced though, I feel like, to some extent.
They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
Oh, you're talking about Allen. I just said, oh, okay. Why is Baker wearing a bra? Delayed draw the punt.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that.
You know, I was listening to the Jim Rome show yesterday. I had a clip from his show from I don't know when the hell they did it. But, oh, you know what? I never answered my thing. Oh, nice check down the hunt. Look at that. Nice, a lot of running room. First down to the 20, 21. All right. So, yeah, so anyways, yeah, about the streaming of the game, like, so doing Discord streaming. So, yeah, I'm probably going to go to, I may end up going to the funeral home to spend some time with Melinda while she's, like, working on embalming some bodies or a body or something like that. So, I may not be home to actually do that, but I asked her, I'm like, yeah, I'm assuming I can, like, watch the game on my phone when we're there or whatever. That's what I plan on doing, is just having my phone out and paying attention to the game through that while I'm there. That's if she has more bodies to embalm. She said she had one. Another check down. I mean, that's fine. I mean, Njoku that time, 85. All right, man. So Cleveland still just kind of, you know, dinking and dunking their way down the field. You know, you take what the defense is giving you. That's exactly what he's doing. You know, you can check down all the way. What's Cleveland Gate? He kind of means, like, you know, like how you have like Watergate and like Pizzagate and all those other weird freaking political gates. Although Cleveland winning, there's nothing political about it, but oh, Chubb! Oh my gosh, so close. At the 2. I mean, this is obviously 4-down territory right now, so I mean.
Closer, it's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead.
4 wide and a DB. They're gonna delay draw this. I feel like this is gonna be a run. No, wow, okay. Just run it in. Baker throws up. Wow. Dude, he pulled a Lamar. He just pulled a Lamar Jackson. Although I don't feel like Baker makes that throw, but I don't feel like Baker makes that throw. Baker has, you know, unless Kansas City has like a far better defense than they've ever played in the last like 6 weeks. I believe in the last 6 weeks, if you remember, Baker has no interceptions. So yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see him throwing any picks. I feel like they'll do a pretty good job of taking care of the ball. You don't follow any of that? Yeah, well, 2016 is when it got real bad. Cleveland is a team that's not traditionally expected to win Super Bowl. Actually wins that Super Bowl, followed by a socialist trying to justify cheating.
We just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
Oh, he went out of bounds. That was kind of a bad decision there. It's kind of a free timeout for Cleveland. So obviously Cleveland needs to make a stop here. A 3-and-out would be ideal. They don't have to get a 3-and-out, but because there's a 2-minute warning and they still have 3 timeouts. But obviously they have to make a big stop.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
All right, so this will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes.
Just send the house, man. Blitz everyone. They're going to run it. Well, Preston, I don't know if you heard what I said, but I'll say it again. Like, I started on something earlier about about the streaming or having a watch party. So the only reason why I may not do that is because, one, I want to like kind of return my, oh my God, really give them that first down. Now they got to use all their timeouts. You know, I want to give some time back to Melinda for being here to support me, but she said something. She had offered again for me to go watch her do some embalmings today, and I told her that after I'm done streaming, if she has some other people to take care of, that I would consider driving over there and spending some time with her while she does that, just kind of keeping her company. So I may not even be at home. Like,
they'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the
really
ground. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun.
Come on, that's bullshit, dude. Like, really?
That's gonna be a Chiefs first.
Well, that's obviously game. That was bullshit. You know that they know they're gonna run the ball, like IRL. So you're not gonna allow big gaps in the line like that, right? You know, you're gonna have more people that you're gonna be more prone to stay home and fill your gap than like have that big of gaps in between offensive linemen. Like, that's not realistic at all by any stretch of the imagination. Either way, it was a good game. I mean, I actually fully expected EA to portray Cleveland as being like really bad in this game. So the fact that they had them put up 24, Baker had 3 passing touchdowns, like that's kind of what that would be good to see something like that. Really? Then he just breaks through. Oh my God! He like damn near murdered that guy. Le'Veon Bell just got popped. Imagine if he fumbled that. Oh man.
Carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles.
I should have tried to strip it. You smell Republican among us? Right. Look at
that. Keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game,
so then,
so it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl.
oh God, this day in 2016 was.
All those things accomplished.
I bet you this is the day that it was Peyton Manning and the Broncos against the Steelers. And we were in B-dubs watching that game, and there were so many there were so many Steelers fans, and they were cheering for obviously Pittsburgh, and like my brother and I were in there like mocking them when Peyton Manning was like torching them up and shit. And boy, oh boy, I've never seen so many sad Steeler fans when Peyton Manning and the Broncos beat them that year. It was great. Because I remember, like, my brother and I left, and we were just, like, screaming at the top of our lungs walking out the door, yeah, go Broncos, or something like that. Like, it was something crazy. Jeez, 5 years ago. Oh, I realized that because I had some stupid alert on Facebook about it, so. The Republicans struck back for losing the election. What? All right, so let's move on to the next game. So it is 123, which is good timing. All right, so let's see. Next game is Bucs at Saints. So does anyone know? Let's see. Bucs Saints injury report. January 15th. Okay, so 2 out, 3 questionable for Bucs. So I'm assuming the same 2 are still out. So we're just gonna do this right now because I didn't have time real quick to make these changes. So Buccaneers, they have an offensive lineman that's out, Alex Kappa. Oh, it looks like they actually show him. Oh, he's the right guard. Okay, they show him out already here. Jeremiah Ledbetter, the defensive lineman. Oh, they still have him in here, so he needs to go. I don't know. I'll put him in there, I guess. Yeah, he's like their. Yeah, he's their backup there. So yeah, all right. So that he's out. I have stuff from that day too on Facebook. I picked Denver that day. Yeah, of course you knew I picked Denver because it's Peyton Manning. So, and plus it's the Steelers. So I mean, like that's anytime if it's the Steelers, then of course I'm gonna pick against them. You're a Republican. Alanitis, whatever. All right. Anyways, so the Saints. So does anyone know if there's anyone else? Because these are only this injury report was from like 2 days ago. So they have Patrick Robinson from the Saints is out as well. He's a defensive back. So this guy's out. Oh, actually, we'll just do that, I guess. Or do I do that? Because he was like third, so that way he would just replace him and everyone else would stay where they're at. Probably. So they had him ruled out 2 days ago, so you know they're still out. Yeah, why was their final report 2 days ago? On a Friday. So 4 hours ago, it says Saints likely without Taysom Hill and Latavius Murray. I mean, that doesn't necessarily impact all that much, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to change him because there's no point. Murray's not even their starter, but they said he may not even be playing. What the heck? Why do they have Taysom Hill and QB? That's kind of interesting. Why is Ty Montgomery not, like, in their rotation? So I'll do that, but then we'll have to put Murray. Oh, shit. Well, you know what? We'll just make him fourth. I mean, he won't even show up in the game, most likely. Or maybe we just do that there. We'll just do that just because. So it's saying those aren't looking good. Is Michael Thomas playing? Yeah. Yeah, he came back last week. So he's back. Michael Thomas is back. Oh, Ty Montgomery. I'm like, I was it didn't resonate with me at first, but I remember now he was that guy who played for Green Bay, who was their running back, but was like a wide receiver. So he was kind of like some kind of like mix, and it didn't even like occur to me that Ty Montgomery was the running back, the wide receiver who's a running back. Remember in fantasy he slated as both or whatever. Good, because I bet at $5 he's going to score a touchdown. That's very likely, I would say, yes. They use Taysom Hill on rotation a million times. I'm saying that, like, why is Ty Montgomery not even, like, you know, you're using him instead of Ty Montgomery? Like, bet it. Yeah, Whitey, don't even go there. I've been dealing with that for, like, 4 years now, where people don't understand that there's the past tense of bet is bet. So I just ignore it at this point. Ronald Jones is a what? Good to go? I don't know who that is. But I mean, that's the only thing I've seen was I already made changes for the Bucs. So they said Alex Kappa is out, Jeremiah Ledbetter is out. Everyone else was marked as questionable or did not participate. Patrick Robinson from the Saints was marked the only one that was reported as out. But then they also said that Latavius Murray most likely wasn't playing, so I benched him. And they said that Taysom Hill also is very likely not playing. So I just left him where he's at. So, I mean, because he doesn't really, you know, whatever. Is he in at... Oh, he's not in at wide receiver, so that's good. So I feel like that should be everything. I feel like that's everyone. All right. I feel like that's good. So we'll just roll with this. But it feels like everyone who was reported to be out is out, and they didn't really add anyone. I hate the fact that they have that stupid loading screen just to go back. It's really annoying, to be honest. All right. All right, guys. Let's do some bets here for this one. Bucs. Oops. And Saints. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go 2-minute bets. So obviously Bucs for Bucs. It'll be Bucs for Bucs and Saints for Saints. So this is in New Orleans or in a dome, so that doesn't matter. The game's at like 6:40, so like, okay, 6:30. 10-minute quarters. Accelerate, yeah, all that stuff's the same, so we're good there. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this game started. So by the time the game starts, the 2-minute bets will have been expired, so... Sorry to make fun of your grammar. No, it's fine. Because people need to know, you know, then it just makes them sound dumb. You know, do you want to go through your life like not learning anything, especially when your grammar's crap?
Tonight, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's a special prime time edition of
As you spell Graham here wrong. Oh God, it's Marcus.
We'll see Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with
Look at
the
that.
Tampa
Good
Bay
timing.
Buccaneers.
Betting closed. All right, guys. 10-minute quarters. So this game should end by 3, approximately. I mean, hopefully it doesn't go too much after if it does, but it should end by 3 as long as there's not a lot of stoppages in the game and stuff like that.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
Oh,
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
he like tried to rip his neck off.
Saints trot onto the field behind the veteran right arm of Drew Brees, a former Purdue Boilermaker who entered the league back in 2001.
Total relentlessness of consistency. Almost like a machine. If you watch him in practice after every throw.
You know, imagine if the Chargers had decided to move on from Phillip Rivers and use Drew Brees. Imagine if the Chargers had never traded Drew Brees. I feel like the Chargers would have won a Super Bowl, possibly, with Drew Brees and not Phillip Rivers. Well, I mean, obviously they didn't with Rivers, but I just felt like they would have actually won a Super Bowl with Drew Brees. Oh, Brees hit on the throw, but it was still caught. Wow. Good way to help out your QB there. For some reason, I felt like that was going to be a pick. Maybe the Chargers shouldn't have traded. Well, that wasn't their fault, though. Remember? That was an Archie Manning thing. They basically like forced their hand, like saying like he will not play for you. So they didn't really have a choice.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Caught. Oh, there you go. Huge play there for them to what? Cook.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
Yes, Cook.
They got 29
Jared
yards
Cook.
that time.
Certainly no settling into the
Former
drive there. They came right
Green
out
Bay
on the first
Packer.
play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
You know, Jimmy Graham played for Green Bay, right? So New Orleans had two former Green Bay Packer tight ends then at some point, right? Because I remember they had Jimmy Graham for at least a season. Then he moved on, and they had Jared Cook, so they had 2 Green Bay like tight ends. Like, the heck? Someone said Eli, and I immediately came. Whoa, hey. There's no need to get that excited, Donovan. Then Roethlisberger would have went to New York. Well, you know, there was a chance that Cleveland actually had the opportunity to draft him.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Meaning Juju would be a what? I'm so confused by that. I don't.
That'll be complete to Cook. That throw good for only.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what Pittsburgh does this offseason, man.
The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
3rd down and long. Breeze looking, throws. Oh, overthrown, incomplete.
Incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be
Trade Juju for Deshaun Watson. No, what? No, that's not an equal trade. If Pittsburgh wanted Deshaun Watson, they would have to trade a lot more than just Juju. And I don't know what else. I mean, they could trade other players, sure, but I don't know who else they would really trade. I mean, you'd be trading away your future.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep.
You know, you'd have to trade. You know, you could trade away. You could trade away. Trade away Juju and Claypool, but even then, like, you know, I feel like it's going to be hard for any team to want to trust Juju. I mean, especially if he can't get his act together and stop being a dumbass. Like, any team's going to have a hard time trying to control him. He's basically like another AB, essentially. Maybe worse.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off the play fake.
So this is an interesting story that showed up from Yahoo News. It says, here's how a network of far-right agitators across the U.S. organized and raised money to try and overturn President Trump's election laws.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful.
Before the Capitol riot, calls for cash and talk of revolution.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Brady now on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I always laugh when people say, "What's the toughest?"
Yeah, this could actually be an interesting read. You know, it's,
especially if it's a good receiver.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to really get into all that. What's a MySpace? Dude, I used to have a MySpace. Actually, I think it's still there. But, like, I don't obviously ever use it. But, like, you know what? MySpace was cool, though. Facebook never took some of the things from MySpace that made MySpace cool. Like, MySpace was cool because, like, you could actually, like, customize the way that your page was laid out. And like have different themes and stuff like that, where like Facebook never went that route. It's just more like a generic, like everything looks the same, and maybe they have some themes and stuff, but you can't really like, people could come to your page, you could have music play and all sorts of crazy stuff on MySpace. You could upload images and, you know, use HTML to organize them however you wanted and stuff like that. It was just like really cool, but it was more like it was more like Facebook but for power users. That was one thing that made MySpace actually really good, but then it just got beat out by other social media platforms that were more basic. Yes, exactly, Marcus. That's what I would do. And then what? Then MySpace turned into some like music thing. I thought Justin Timberlake bought MySpace or something crazy like that. I don't know. Brady throws and overthrown incomplete. Antonio Brown, what a bum. What a bum. That would be goated. Yeah, exactly. People are like, whoa, certified freak every day of the week.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, it's Brady.
Flash him some of this WAP, make his knees go weak. That's not necessarily how it goes, but that was just what came to mind.
They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to pump this one away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans.
Oh, wow. Touchback. Now he's got Facebook. We don't get custom pages and we can't offend blonde soccer mom stereotypes.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And
okay.
hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate.
I mean, MySpace was actually, so MySpace is more like a blog site than it was like how Facebook was. And I feel like that's what, obviously, you know, maybe a lot less people are less interested in just writing stuff about themselves. Like, you had to make a thing to go find people. So even though you had friends, like, I don't feel like you got alerts every time someone posted something in their MySpace blog or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I don't even remember fully how MySpace worked. I just remember that I felt like it was definitely more like a blog. Facebook's kind of like a blog too, but not really. So like WordPress effectively replaced MySpace in a sense, because WordPress is a blogging platform or a blogging strategy. And, you know, essentially people who have blogs normally use, like, WordPress or something like that to do it. And that's kind of like the replacement for MySpace, in my opinion. So someone took the idea of MySpace and made it better. All right, so New Orleans driving now after Tampa Bay had a punt. The F is MySpace. Oh, my goodness. Just ask about Tom from MySpace. There was a guy named Tom. He had a picture. It was always Tom from MySpace. It's kind of like, yeah. It's like Jake from State Farm.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Whoa, that was a dangerous pass. I don't even know what the hell that was.
Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit.
Manti Te'o's girlfriend, yeah.
The hit was timed really well.
I feel like we're going to get a lot of watch time from this stream today. This is going to be good. I think we're going to get, like, for 3 hours, I feel like we're going to get, like, 20 hours of watch time. I feel. Oh, he tried to go for the pick and missed. First down for New Orleans. Donovan's 17? If I remember correctly.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight
Jake from State Farm got a tan, did he? Donovan's old and he's gonna die. Wow, that's kind of morbid, Marcus. Breeze back to pass, got blitz, but to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. Wait, what? How is that not a touchdown? He fell and rolled on his body. He's like 80. I don't know if he's that old. He's definitely not that old. I'm 17, not 13. See, I told you. See, I was right. See, I semi-know my people. I mean, it was a stretch. I feel like I remember him being 17 because he just had a birthday not too long ago. I just wasn't sure if it was like 16 or 17. Marcus, I'll never remember how old he is. Marcus is, you're like 16 now, right, Marcus? 15 or 16.
They need about the length of the football here on first.
Should I kill to be 17 again? Yeah, maybe. How old are you? Oof. I feel like you're like, well, you're in high school, so I feel like you're probably like 16 or 15. I don't think you were a senior or anything like that, right? Depends on the day. Marcus is either 12 or 15. Right. And Kamara with a touchdown. I remember when you said I was like 12. Well, I mean, well, yeah, but like you were 12 at some point. Like maybe when you first came into the stream, you were probably 12. You'll be 16 in March. See, look at that. That's pretty good. 15 or 16. I mean, I can't always remember everyone's age, but like I kind of have a general idea of how old most people are. I mean, there's a lot of people, there's people here who grew up here. Like, like Gamer, for example, he's graduated high school since I first started streaming. So and the kick is up, and it is good.
It's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that lines up a 7-play drive.
I was 17 when I started watching you, Baker. Now I'm 22, going on 23. I don't think that's possible. There's no way that you were 17 when you started watching me, and then now you're 5 years later. Because I've only been streaming. My streaming career's only been for 4 years. You got me through 3/4 of middle school. That 1/4 was that whack break.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, because I've only been doing live streaming since early 2017. I started doing like NFL like simulation-based videos like the end of 2016, and then that's when I decided I was going to try live streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch. I was in 7th or 8th grade when I started watching Baker. I'm in 11th grade now. It's crazy, man.
Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
First stream watch was February 2017. Yeah, that's when I was starting. Oh, incomplete. Dropped the pass. Yeah, that was when I was doing like the Super Bowl sims and all that stuff. Falcons, Patriots, right? That's when we had a lot of. There's a lot more people coming in for those back then. I don't know. Obviously, like the desire for content like this is just not as. I don't know if it's just not as prominent, but I felt like because it's flagged as not for kids, I feel like it affects the recommended section for younger people. So like people like you who may have found the channel in the past before that feature existed had an easier time finding something like this, whereas now the audience is expected to be older just by nature of it not being flagged as good for kids. Be child friendly? No, I don't want to do that, because the thing is that if you mark a video as kid friendly, then you don't get ads. They don't run ads, and you can't make any money from that. Now again, I'm not making any money right now anyways, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to portray my channel as being that way, and then them, because I think if you say they're for kids, then it lets minors. Well, I mean, I don't know, I guess you guys are technically minors still, but like, you know, it kind of maybe leads the wrong impression for younger people. So then because then you can get in trouble for that. Like if you mark it as good for kids and they find out that your content isn't, then you can get banned.
3 yards to go on second down, and
They don't give you ads anyway. Well, I mean, they still play ads, right? But they wouldn't play ads even for my videos because they're not allowed.
And this one caught by Cameron Bray. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup.
You let me in here as a 10-year-old. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, it's not an issue for me that young people come in here. It's just that, you know, YouTube's not going to make it easy for them to find me, though. That's the thing, is I feel like younger people are more prone to be here, clearly, than older people. And so my content is directed towards younger people, but YouTube's like, well, but you have to say that it's not. And so, like, therefore, younger people, it's harder for younger people to find my content, and that's what makes it rough. So that's a huge change from years ago. Oh, incomplete. Good defense there. I was just going through the channel and remember when you made the video message to school shooters. Oh, really? Huh.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming. Let alone getting 2 hands
I said stop being babies, or I don't know. It was something like, you know, hey, or I said something like, hey, there's help for you. Try to find help. Like I was angry, but then also trying to be like effective and portray a message rather than just like being rude and trying to say that there's no way they could have problems and stuff like that.
Shotgun now for Brady.
Oh, he got the... Oh, no, he was short of the first. So now SpongeBob is in Mad Super KO mode. 2021 is effing weird. Well, yeah, you know why, though. It's because of the fact they had that one game on Nickelodeon, so that was, like, their way of essentially kind of crossing into, like, the kids' realm. So that if kids are like, oh, hey, football? Oh, Madden? Oh, hey, they have this SpongeBob thing. Oh, hey, cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all marketing. Amazing game. You should have watched it. It doesn't matter what it is, whether Jard, that's going to miss, tragically. Like, the slime zone, right? Yeah, that's just terrible. Like, it's just, there's only so much you can do with that. Like, you can't add that. That's all obviously added, like, video enhancements after, you know, real time and stuff like that. That's dumb. Why SpongeBob? Wait, what? I'm confused. Are you asking why he is, or are you asking people to explain why they don't like SpongeBob? I'm not sure how you mean that, Mike. SpongeBob is just dumb. SpongeBob is like touche. What? Okay. Apartment sprinkler fiasco, dude. That was terrible. That was terrible, dude. Man, when they did that crap to me, that they didn't think about my apartment getting soaked. My carpet got soaked because of them bums. But yeah, like, SpongeBob is just terrible. Like, he's not, like, it's more meant for, it seems like it's meant more for adults, but kids like it because it's a cartoon, but, like, kids can't quite possibly understand everything that they're saying, or why, like, some things are, like, borderline, you know, or purely adult-related jokes or issues or whatever. So, I mean, it's kind of like, it's a way to get parents and kids to watch it, but it's not even really that funny a lot. I mean, I've seen episodes of it, so I obviously know what it is, but it's not really that humorous. When you go back to watch old streams from like 3 years ago, doesn't show chat replay. Well, yeah, because that feature did not exist then. That was something I felt like they added just like last year or later, like sometime in 2019. Wasn't that back in 2009 or some crap when you were like famous? I was not famous back in 2000. I barely posted to my channel back then. Like, I had a channel since 2000. I've had this channel since 2007. and I didn't really start doing anything with it until 2016. Prior to then, I just posted all those gaming videos I had, were like Battlefield, where I was like pissing people off in the games and stuff by blowing up their choppers and shit. I had so much fun as a kid. Well, when I was younger, I guess I should say. I had so much fun back then just trolling people in games. That was like my thing. I remember I would do it all the time. There was always, because you would always start the game off the same way. Everyone would run to, picked off. Every game in Battlefield would start out the same way in multiplayer, depending upon the map, right? It would always be like, you go to this helicopter, everyone would get on the helicopter and then fly away to go get into the city, because it was the easiest form of transport, the quickest form of transport as well. It could carry the most people. Well, I would go to those helicopters, and they had a way where they were open on the side, so you could actually just take landmines and just throw them inside the helicopter. And so, like, everyone would get in the helicopter, but as soon as they would go up and leave, then the landmines would trip, and then everyone in the helicopter would die. So I would, like, literally just wait for them to load a bunch of people up into the chopper, because you could have, like, 5 or 6 people in the chopper, and then just, like, put all the landmines in there, and then just, like, run away, and then the helicopter would blow up. People used to get so mad at me for doing that. Of course, I did it unranked games, though. I have a Jeep that goes beep. That was fun too. Right, beep, beep, beep. That was Connect Adventures. That was such a fun game. I had so much fun playing that game way back then.
Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that.
There was one that I had a video I had with Connect Adventures as well, the one where I was a statue and I was like, all of you will bow down to me. Like, it was pretty cool. I had fun with that game. But yeah, like, I used to troll people in that game, and then the other thing I would do is I would put landmines intentionally. I would strategically place them in front of vehicles as well. So I would put one in the front and one in the back, so that way if you tried to back up or go around, there was no way of getting around the landmine. Like, if you pulled forward, you're going to run over it. If you try to back up, you're going to run over one. So, oh, he was wide open and got the first to the 50. Connect game in general was prime of gaming. No, I don't know. That's not true. That's definitely not true. The prime of gaming happened when Xbox 360 and the PS3 came out. I feel like that was the prime of gaming. That was when gaming, like, really ramped up a lot, because the Xbox 360 was extremely popular, and obviously it lasted for many, many years. To the likes, we may never see another generation of console gaming comparable to that. Yes, Kinect was on 360, but Kinect was released on the 360. I feel like it was well after the 360 came out, because the original Xbox 360s did not have those Kinect ports. If you wanted Kinect on an original Xbox 360, you had to buy like some type of dongle or something like that to add Kinect, or you could buy a Kinect bundle where they had a built-in Kinect port. So Kinect was an afterthought on the Xbox 360. That wasn't released with the initial Xbox 360s.
Strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
When Cam Newton fumbled this ball in Super Bowl 50, the Panthers went downhill. And so did Cam Newton, apparently. Yeah, Kinect came out like years after the 360 came out. But yeah, I feel like that was like that became the peak. That's when consoles became all the rage. You know, PC's always been all the rage. I mean, I feel like if you're a PC gamer, then you're a PC gamer. Oh, he caught it, first down. Well, it was for me when I was like 8. Well, yeah, you were. Yes, I mean, obviously, generation. It matters which generation you were born in and stuff like that. But
before the receiver even turns around, that's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that
well, this first half is ending very fast for 10-minute quarters. So the clock's been running a lot of the time here. So this game may be over well before 3, or at least like 20 before, or something like that, possibly.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Wii was bigger than the 360 and PS3. No. It was bigger for little kids. I mean,
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact.
Baker
but in
Ender
this
Dragon
case,
when?
maybe
I
a little too
don't
much
know.
target to
I
hit.
have to figure
That
it
one
out,
was
man.
timed
I have
well.
to figure it out.
Incomplete.
They missed a field goal on their last
I don't know
drive. Here
when.
they need something to even get into
We have
field
to think of a
goal
good time to
range
do
on
it.
third down. Operating from the gun.
Brady throws, caught, and short of the first down. Ooh.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about
We'll do it for sure, but like I don't know when.
The drag route. So tough to defend because the
You're
receiver
gonna
can
clapping
stop
yourself.
at any
Stop
point
it.
and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we
The
saw
thing
there.
is that did we ever end up getting?
The receiver, where he
Did we ever end up getting blaze powder and stuff? Because I remember creating the grinder, the zombie grinder, so that's working, and I knew I used it to level up XP and stuff. Actually, the one thing I wanted to do was my next thing. Actually, I was gonna try to find. I didn't know if anyone had a. They went for it on 4th and 1 and converted. I was gonna ask the question, like, do you go for it there, or do you like just kick the field goal and take the points?
As they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so a silk touch axe to get the books from the enchanting table. Oh, caught, then back to the end zone, touchdown, Mike Evans. So yeah, a silk touch pickaxe to get all the bookshelves, and then use those and move them down by the grinder, because that way you can just enchant everything while you're there.
Much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there,
Because I feel like we need to, and we probably need to have like a rail system to go down there where you can push like a rail, like a rail cart with a chest in it up to the top, where you can like to that house up top where like you can start stacking up potions and stuff like that. Because that's what you need. You need to have the potions, like the.
And there's going to be a stoppage here.
Is buying Java Edition worth it?
Look at this potential touchdown.
Look, I mean, I had fun playing Java Edition. The only reason why I stopped playing is because no one else here has it. And I made plugins for Java Edition. I mean, you can play on Realms, or you don't have to play on Realms. You don't have to pay to play on Realms on Java Edition. Like, people have just regular Craft Bucket servers and stuff like that and whatever. And you can join people, like all the servers that people have, they have like custom plugins and mods and stuff like that to create like unique experiences that you'll never be able to truly have in Minecraft Windows 10 edition or on
for the point after.
like whatever the hell you call it. I mean, I thought it was worth it. I mean,
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here.
because then you can build on servers, and they also do like wipes. They do server wipes and new maps and portals. They have mini games. You can do Hunger Games on there and stuff like that. I mean, they have all sorts of crap that you can do on there that you'll never be, unless they allow you. They build a way to allow you to mod the Minecraft game as we know it on Windows 10 or on console. There's just never any way it will ever compete with Java Edition. Just Java Edition will always just be better because it's so much more customizable.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Getting set to go again here, the Saints and Drew Brees.
The only thing with Java Edition is that you can't, remember, like, you can't play games, you can't like join realms for people who have realms. on like Windows 10 or whatever. I'm pretty sure you can't join realms in Java Edition. Like Java has like their own realms, but like I don't feel like you could play on my realm using Java Edition. You can't join console players on Java Edition or PC players on Java Edition. You're basically only playing with Java Edition players. Oh, Breeze is gonna run, pulling out his own Taysom Hill there. Old man Breeze, Father Time here. Father Time Breeze.
Second down at 5.
Well, I was just like pointing out the limitations of Java Edition when it comes to like. All right, first down for New Orleans.
Incomplete. That's Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Imagine having paid for Minecraft on console and then they put it on Game Pass. Oh no, down goes Breeze, down goes Breeze. That's why I would never have bought Minecraft on console. I don't like it on console because I feel like it's just weird to play that game with a controller. Mouse and keyboard for Minecraft is freaking phenomenal. Maybe if Marcus got Java, we could do a realm on Java. Yeah, but that's. I don't think I would ever do that. Like, yeah, I don't think I would ever do that. Drew Brees is old enough to be my great. Right. I mean, you would just play on other people's like servers and stuff where you can play together. Oh, they got a face mask penalty there on Thomas. Well, yeah, face mask Thomas. So now they're going to be at Tampa Bay's 39-yard line.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching up another 15 against your squad.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Breeze now to throw.
Damn, Breeze gets sacked again. Down goes Breeze, down goes Breeze. So, as part of the news that we were saying yesterday about, I don't think this game will be over by 3.
Sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
It'll be close.
So
because remember, we started this game, like, remember, we had a pause to go mess with rosters, but we started around like 1:30 or just after 1:30, so incomplete passes don't help. So it would be almost 2:10 by the time maybe this game, by the time we get through the first half-ish. So, I mean, it'll be close. I mean, I feel like it might end just at 3 or maybe just after 3:05, something like that, just in time for the other games, the actual games to start. It'll be close. The clock's, it was going pretty fast originally, but then it's, now that they've got incomplete passes and stuff, it's starting to slow down. Oh my God, huge play to the 18 or 13, sorry, I can't read hash marks apparently.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
Shut up, Tester. You bum.
They're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day, so it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And touchdown, New Orleans. Who do you want to win? Bucs Saints? You said Saints? Yes. Yeah.
And the Saints have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant.
Oh, I should get some more coffee. We're actually warm some up. I'm guessing Marvin is an electronic arts intern. Wait, what? Hopefully it's in real life because it would be the most low-scoring NFC divisional round of all time. Eh. There's always a first for everything, right?
Wants to try to add the PAT.
All right, so New Orleans here to take a one-possession lead. Obviously, the kick is good. So they lead by a touchdown.
Takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, That's kind of neat. Oh, jeez.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought.
Oh, wait, it's only the first half. I'm just extremely tired. Why are you extremely tired, Ellenitis? Did you stay up all night or something like this crazy guy like me before? Yeah, it's going to be close. I mean, I feel like, you know, it's about like, you know what? So it's 45 minutes, right? So 45 and 45 would be an hour and a half. So it should be about 45 minutes per half. So as long as it finishes in 3 minutes, then we're on pace.
And he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination.
All right, Brady back to pass. Oh, you know what? I made Melinda dinner last night instead of her making me dinner. I've made her dinner before, but oh my gosh, how was that dude that wide open? Wow. But I made my chili yesterday and brought some over for her and me. We had dinner there at her house, and she said, yeah, it was actually good. Well, she didn't say it was actually good, but like I was kind of nervous about how good it would be. I actually ended up, for the first time ever, I added sugar to my chili. Because I was like, it kind of had like this bitter kind of just like no taste kind of taste. Oh my God, how was he that wide open to the 2?
A big play there just before halftime.
So while I'm watching football, and then you watch 7 episodes from new Japanese anime.
Roasting them right now.
Yeah, let's not talk about anime, please.
Changing coverages, you know, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and
at least not right now.
More hesitant.
How about hentai? No, that's okay too. All right, so touchdown Tampa Bay. Come right back down in like a few plays. So now the Saints have a chance. I mean, they could get in field goal range. They got 3 timeouts, 56 seconds left in the half. I mean,
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And the kick is up, and it is
We've got a
good.
good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
You love it? Yeah, I'm sure you do, Trey. Although you're kind of too young to, I think, be loving that. I think you're too young to be loving hentai. It's not appropriate. You're like 12. So, like, yeah. You still beat your school books with belts. Or your notebooks with belts. Listen, I'm 14. Okay, fine, you're 14. But still, it's not appropriate, man.
On the return, Deontay Harris. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Back out onto the field.
If I ever meet your mom, I'm gonna like shake my finger at her. I'm gonna wag my finger. Be like, Mom, how you let your son do this? You feed him chicken wings and all this crap food, and then you let him watch hentai while you're out screwing around with your boyfriend. Marcus likes hentai too. Well, of course he does. Yeah, I miss the days when Marcus used to make me fake plastic food for dinner, you know? She doesn't let me. Well, I mean, indirectly she does, because, you know, if your parents don't pay attention to what you're doing, then they're letting you do something. Wow, I felt like he fell out of bounds, but they had to call a timeout. Baker, you're only like, what, 38, 39, 40? Yeah, I just turned 40, dude. I just turned 40 6 days ago. So, yes, I'm old. Please don't remind me. That's why breaking out with my girlfriend was rough, because that was supposed to be the answer to all my prayers, everything I wanted in life.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction.
Do it at like 3 a.m. when she's sleeping. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're a kid, all right.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion.
And then delete history, and then boom, no one knows. Okay. Well, that's why I use Chrome and you use incognito windows, so then you don't have to worry about history because it doesn't get saved. That's why it's incognito. Oh crap! All right, so like New Orleans, see, this is exactly what Baker's getting to be a big boy now. Something like that. You know, I'm extremely disappointed. No pointers. Yeah, is this where I say, like, okay guys, like, don't make this mistake or don't make that mistake. Don't do this, don't do that. Do this, do that.
A tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of
and I kind of
it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think.
I envisioned my 40th birthday being a lot different than it was.
And how can they play better without getting beat?
All right, Breeze back to pass. They got one timeout left. Throws. Go! What a catch! Gets beat. No, he just got to the 2 and they had to call a timeout. Oh man, this is rough. So like, do you go for a touchdown and be greedy, or you just take the 3? I think you just take the 3 and just know that you're up by 3 going into the half. Like, that would be a good enough strategy. Or you could like try to gamble, go for the touchdown because you're right there. But if you don't get it, then like, okay, yeah, they're going for a field goal. Tampa Bay doesn't think so though. And the kick is up, and it is good, of course. So New Orleans takes a 3-point lead just before the half.
For this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. We saw a terrific first half from the game's all-time leading passer, Drew Brees. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well.
You can nuke your own high fluently processed chicken nuggets. Stop making Melinda do it. No, dude, no. I don't do those chicken nuggets, man. I don't do that stuff. I made her chili. I made that chili, and like I said, that was the first time I put sugar in my chili. It was different flavored chili, and I did medium chili instead of mild. it was a different recipe, and so like everything about it was mostly different, and I couldn't find like petite diced tomatoes with like sweet onions in them, because that's normally what I would buy to give it flavor. So then I was like, yeah, it needs some sweetness to it. And then I Googled something about chili recipes, and there were people who were talking about just putting sugar in there. I'm like, really? Like, what the heck? Like, I'm like, that just seems weird. So then I put like, so I took my chili, I took the cover off, I put like 4 teaspoons of sugar in there, mixed it in there, and then tasted it. And I was like, wow, this is actually better. And then I added 2 more, and I'm like, okay, yeah, now this is great. I mean, it's not like sweet, but it was enough to give it enough like tanginess where it's not just like boring, like where it tastes just like garlic and onions and tomatoes and beans. You know what I'm saying? We were there. Well, we were there, so it was somewhat decent, right? Wait, what?
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half.
Neither team knows what rushing is. I mean, New Orleans should, though, because they got Kamara. I mean, right?
He'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down.
And why would your mom why would you freak out if when your mom called you? I'm confused. I've heard of people sticking sugar in chili, but I don't think I'd ever do it. I mean, you kind of look. I mean, unless you buy sweet onions and chop them up and put them in there or something to give it flavor, like you kind of have to. Like it's like you can make it real sweet, but like if you don't, then like I don't know how you get any other actual good flavoring in there other than like the like cilantro, not like. Cilantro? No, like parsley flakes or something like that, right? Or something like that? Or cilantro? No, not cilantro. You can use like the white or the green onions, chives, right? Chives would be good. That's what I meant. Chives, but like yeah, you just put a little bit of sugar in there to give it some taste, some extra flavor. I'm telling you, dude, it actually was. I was surprised at how good it was. Now, Melinda, she gave me a hard time because she said, oh, we use, like, brown sugar, right? And I'm like, no. She's like, oh, that's what you're supposed to use. And I get brown sugar tastes different, but brown sugar is much sweeter than just regular white granulated sugar. And the recipe I read said just white granulated sugar. I don't even think I even have brown sugar anyway because I never buy brown sugar. I have no need to buy brown sugar. And so I just use white sugar, and it tastes just as good, I'm sure.
And that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
Oh, down goes Brady. Down goes Brady. First sack of the game. Oh, no, that's not the first sack. I take that back. Reed has been sacked twice, yes. That was the first sack against Brady. Cat box, what are we going to do? You close the cat in the box. You close the lid and see if they jump out. I mean, don't, like, trap them in there. They'll just jump right through the hole in the middle or something. They'll see where the light's at, and they'll just pop out. Or they'll knock the whole box over. I have experience. Oh, shit, I was behind. It's probably because your mom called you. Oh, incomplete screen pass. Wow, okay. Or whatever that was. All right, so 3rd and long for Tampa Bay. Down by 3. What the heck? Why did that guy just say that like that? 3rd down. Why are you rolling your tongue? Okay, I forgot it was like 10 minutes, quarter, 15. Yeah, we should be good. Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, it's basically equates to an hour and a half.
From the gun, it's Brady.
Brady throws. Oh my gosh, almost could have been picked, but good defensive play there. So 4th down and long for. Damn, he rolled that. He did. Down. Yo, believe it or not, there's people in life that go through their whole life not being able to roll their R's. They clearly weren't around. They certainly did not have Spanish influence in their lives.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will.
Or they never took a Spanish class or anything like that, or maybe they just failed Spanish. I don't know. Imagine taking a Spanish class and not being able to roll your R's. Uh-oh. That means you're just really just too white to know how to roll your R's. You have no culture.
Vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route? 4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big Big arm.
Whoa, why did you delete his message? Shut the F up. Why? Really, Marcus, you're gonna block that? Come on. No, you did not. Stop it. Stop it. Kamara with a good run there. There you go. First down. That was their best run. 3 rushes for 12 yards and a touchdown. 7th grade you was retarded? Well, aren't you in 7th grade now? Or are you in 8th grade? So 8th grade you is not retarded? I don't know if that's true.
I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game.
Haha, so funny. Yeah, I am. I can be humorous at times. Look, your you guys' responsibility right now is just to take random shit from me, just so I can try to prop myself back up. Okay. But I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't just. Obviously, I just joke when I say stuff like that. So I don't mean to be offensive to anyone. And no, just because I'm trying to prop myself back up doesn't mean that you should just take shit from me. You should never take shit from anyone, especially if they're trying to hurt you.
From the 31, Breeze.
And a first down for New Orleans. Marcus is a what the heck? If you're gonna call me, what the heck, dude? What's going on here? Why is everyone so rude and mean? You'll hear from my lawyers. What? You're a freshman. What? How the hell did that happen? Oh, and a first down.
Right side, this is Sanders. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. And certainly a valuable tool to have in your kit, Emmanuel Sanders, and he's shown us quite a bit in this one.
And that's why they wanted to use him immediately. They come out of the locker room saying, let's get the ball to him, get our offense jump started, and in this case, it's worked throughout the game. Thus, they have the lead.
Now a first down.
Quirky. Why are they quirky? All right, so New Orleans, putting on a great drive right here, right now. Kamara's picking up some steam, gaining some big chunks in yards. Breeze kind of throwing a little bit here still too, but they're just, driving down a nice, slow, methodical, time-killing drive.
And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
I don't know what the hell is going on here, but you better not throw me in the fire. I have 16 lawyers. What the heck? Why do you have 16 lawyers? Why do you need 16 lawyers? It's a lot of money. When's the next chatting stream? I don't know. It may be some time because I need to I have a therapist appointment on Wednesday. I'm gonna have to spend time building up my composure.
Wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
And how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think.
So I don't know yet when I'll do another chatting kind of stream. I need to first work on not feeling hurt.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
You have a lot of unneeded wealth. Wow. I mean, if you have that much money, you can send me some money, dude. I could always use some more. I mean, I don't really need it, but that's why I'm fine not getting a stimulus check. Oh, I feel like I should get a stimulus check. I'm not really sure what's going on because, they kind of changed the things. So even though my ex and I we still filed as married, but we filed separately. But being married filed separately doesn't make you. It's not the same as filing as an individual. And I thought I saw on the chart the other day that it said if you were married and you filed. If you were married, no matter how you filed, if you made less than 150K, that you should have gotten something. And so I don't know why I wouldn't have got something, because I certainly meet that requirement. So that I found very interesting. So I don't know I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Last night I helped Melinda deposit. She had like checks laying around her house. She's like, "Oh yeah, I got like these checks that are all like these big money checks and stuff."
Line of scrimmage.
And
it's 1st and 10.
She's like, "Yeah, I've been meaning to like deposit them," and I'm like, "Well, you know, you don't have to go to the bank to deposit them, right?" She's like, "Yeah, I know, because like the first time."
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't.
The first time that I went over there, she said she had like one of the first times she told me she had checks to cash before. She's like, "Yeah, I need to go get deposit. I need to go to the bank to deposit these," and I'm like, "What bank do you?" She's like, "Huntington." I'm like, "You know, you don't have to go to the bank to do that anymore, right?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Dude, you can do this shit on your phone from your home." And she's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll show you." So then I showed her how to do it. And she's like, "Wow, okay." And she had all this money just kind of sitting around in her home in form of printed checks. And I'm like, "Dude, you just cash that crap." And so she had 2 that she showed me that she had been sitting there for like the last week. And what? Whoa! What the hell just happened there? What just happened? What is going on with EA? What is going on with Madden? Baker Mayfield disappeared in the last game in one of the sacks, and that guy got hit by something, but it wasn't the guy sitting in front of him. So, all right. So the New Orleans forced to kick a field goal there. So now their lead is still a 1 possession game. Tampa Bay could take the lead with a touchdown or chip into the lead with a field goal, but we'll see what happens. So why is everyone trying to ask to be my therapist? Trey, you can't be my therapist. You're terrible. You can't. You need the therapist more than I do. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. True, Nugget Boy, Baker, let me be your therapist. I'm the best in my state. Nugget Boy. I don't know, what is Nugget Boy supposed to be? Personally, know you're a damn fraud. Guys, come on.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26.
What do you mean this game's still going on? Of course this game's still going on. It started at 1:30, so.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
But yeah, I have an appointment on Wednesday that I scheduled like last Wednesday or Tuesday, because that's when things with me and her started getting a little shaky, and so I, not knowing how how things would play out, I ended up setting that up because I wasn't sure if things were going to be over by that point, or if things were still going to be dragging out or what. And so I just knew I would most likely need it.
Throwing on first down is Brady. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 3 yards to gain there, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
All right, why is taking this next play so long to come to fruition? Yeah, I'm tired. Like I mean, I guess I'm kind of glad. I mean, I guess I'm glad I found a spot in between to stream from this morning, because I know I said last night that I was going to stream early in the morning instead of later because of my 10 o'clock thing I needed to do. And I guess I'm glad I waited, because I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't fall asleep last night. You know, I still get like.
And maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
That's all I'll say. I just couldn't. I had a hard time sleeping last night. Oh, down goes Brady. Down goes Brady on a 3rd down and short. A huge play for New Orleans defense there. So Tampa Bay's gonna have to punt. Bruce Arians yelling at Tom Brady. He's like, "Come on, you old fart! Instead of throwing the ball." But yeah, like I have a hard time sleeping. You know, at least I can eat again, so that was nice. Last night, that dinner with Melinda that I had was the first time that I ate like a real dinner for at least
as he's on to punt for
4
Tampa
days.
Bay.
All I could eat, all I did was I drank coffee 1 day out of the last 4. Well, I drank coffee today, but like, so not excluding today, like 4 days prior to today, I ate 2 pieces of toast like 1 day, and then I think I ate 2 more another day. I didn't drink any coffee except for like one of like Friday. I called off work 2 days sick. I slept till like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. And I drank a lot. So like literally my diet was completely liquid, like Angry Orchard and some wine. That may be offensive holding there. They get a lot of illegal block in the backs in this game on offensive plays. I feel like it's very rare that ever happens, but it seems like there's at least one per game in these simulations, which it's not like you get that many illegal block in the back. It's more likely on special teams plays, but not here.
Now Breeze. It's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
All right, so a huge play for New Orleans, a first down after a loss there, after a big penalty, but didn't matter. NCAA since dude, come on.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that?
So yeah, so at least I was able to eat some food and like do some normal stuff. You know, again, like I said, guys, Melinda, you know, for as much as, you know, we kind of tease about like her and me and in the past and stuff like that and what she means, like, you know, she's been like, I couldn't thank her enough for this past week. A series where we find out which top 10 is whack to not beat Michigan. Wait, what? Are you trying to say we need to find out the worst, like, the worst team that Michigan could possibly lose to? Maybe? That sounds more interesting. So what do they do? Like, what do they do in like soccer for playoffs and stuff like that? Like, I mean, I know they have playoffs and stuff, but like, how does that work with like MLS? I mean, do they have like, is MLS just like a national thing, or is that international? Oh my God, another flag. That's like holding or something on the offense. Again, another illegal block in the back. I just don't understand. Playoffs. Yeah. Two legs as opposed to 3 or 4? What? Two leagues. I'm like, 2 legs. What? 2 leagues. 2 games, not 2 games. Stop it. Championship is just 1 game. But I mean, like, is there a European league and then there's a local like league?
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4.
I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, bigger MLS is 1 league. Okay. Well, then why do you say 2 legs? I'm kind of confused. Champions League is Europe. Oh. Well, I mean, is there? I guess the reason why I was asking is, okay, when NFL's over, like, is there anything that we could realistically do with like soccer? Like, if I had FIFA, because I don't know, like, I may have the older FIFAs or whatever because of Game Pass and EA Play, but like, 2 legs is how many games? Wait, what? I still don't even understand that, really. But if you don't want me as your therapist, then fine, let me be vice CEO of Bakersoft LLC. Yeah. Vice CEO.
recognition. They force the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit.
UCL.
And take a fourth quarter lead.
Like, I would say, like, golf, but, like, you know, how do you simulate golf games? I mean, I know you can simulate, but, like, you can't simulate a golf tournament. Yeah, all I know is World Cup soccer. That's all I know. Like, I don't, other than that, I don't really, like, I follow, like, Columbus Crew, and, hey, they win games, they lose games. But, like, beyond that, like, I don't really pay that much attention to soccer, so. All right, so after all that, you know, New Orleans had to punt, and they are up by 6 with 8:35 left in the game. So this drive is going to be very important for Tampa Bay. You know, I feel like they need to get a touchdown out of this to have a chance. You know, field goal, I don't think is going to cut it at this point. So is it true? Oh, yeah. So, like, I feel like every other ex-president or former president has been involved in the subsequent president's inauguration. But then it's my understanding that Trump is not going to be at the inauguration of Biden.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10 from the gun.
Wow, just chunk plays right now for Tampa Bay.
And down right around the 37. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback.
Why would he be Trump? I mean,
not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team
I didn't know if he decided to change his tune, especially since, like, he, you know, supposedly was saying to, like, not, you know, through TV outlets saying, like, don't do anything dumb during the inauguration, like, he's not encouraging violence and stuff like that. But, like, the fact that you're not going to be there kind of, like, you know, if you really feel safe, then you should show up and show people that, like, hey, no, like, you shouldn't do that. Like, okay, now it's time to, like, pretend like you're a president. They use the group system like the World Cup. Oh, do they? Okay.
He's kept the defense so much on their heels.
You're smashing Kamala. Wait, what? Kamala? As in, like, that big fat old the dead WWE wrestler Kamala? The guy who used to slap his belly?
Defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting
the playoffs are 2 games each with the score adding. Oh, okay. Oh, really? So they use the score from the game to determine, like, who advances as opposed to, like, wins and losses? Oh, my gosh. Down goes Brady. Down goes Brady. That, like, kind of puts them out of field goal range right there. 3rd down and long. Jeez.
Able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions.
Is that Cameron Jordan? Yes.
Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said.
No, they use wins and losses. Oh, okay.
That led to the sack.
So then you need to win for your points to count? Is what you're telling me? So, like, if Team A wins the first game and they win... Okay, well then I'm misunderstanding what you said. Because you just said if they win the first game 1-0 and then they win the second game 2-0, they can move on with a 3-0 win. I mean, unless you mean, like, it's 4 games and they have to win 3 out of 4. I mean, obviously, right? So, that's what you're telling me then. For some reason, I felt like you were, like, adding up points or something like that. So, like, basically, that's all we need to say, right? They have a 4-game playoff, right? But you said there's 2 games each with the score adding. That's why I'm just like, now I'm confused. All right, I don't know. Like, we'll have to discuss it. I don't know. I'm confused. 4th down. Oh man, they convert on 4th and 7. Wow.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
If there's a tie on goals after 2 games, the team with the most away goal advance. Oh my God! Why do they have all? Why? Why do they have all these weird rules?
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted. And they
Wait,
did.
okay, so that's actually a thing. Like they're thinking in the game. Okay, well we need to make sure that we know prior to this game how many away goals they had, but it's only the away goals in those within the context of those 2 games, right? Or is it the away goals across the whole season? Oh, down goes Brady! Down goes Brady again. Damn, this dude's got 3 sacks by himself. You got 19, right? Wait, what?
Time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal, but that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Across the 2 games? Okay. So that's funny. I mean, I don't know. Like, that seems kind of silly to me, but I guess. I mean, I guess it makes it interesting, but it just seems weird. Oh, he caught it, but then dropped it. Had it batted out of his hands. Incomplete. 3rd down and goal. So, again, like, Tampa Bay pretty much has to score a touchdown here. Like, you don't really have much of a choice, I feel like. I mean, they could go for a field goal if a lot of time doesn't happen to come off this clock between 3rd and 4th down, but, like, FIFA 19 does the 2 games for you? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm just trying to figure out, like, if there's anything that... Wow, they sent the whole house and overthrown, incomplete. Brady felt the pressure. Oof. 4th and goal from the 12. Woo. I would hate to be this head coach right now. Down by 6 in the playoffs. Like, you kind of part of you wants to say go for it, but part of you says, look, I mean, kick the field goal, take a few seconds off the clock. You got 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning. Yeah, this is the right call. IRL. I feel like you kick the field goal. In Madden, it's different. It's not the right call because it's just because it's Madden. Because time management and stuff. The Madden simulation is still terrible at time management.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within
clock management, you know, same difference. I feel like I want to warm up some more coffee though when I'm done with this, and then just like, well, obviously watch the game or something, or figure out. Actually, let me check Melinda and see what's going on. Like, did you get any more bodies or?
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. 4th quarter, they cling
If
to
a team's,
the
oh gosh,
lead after the field goal a moment ago, and it's certainly a very critical
too many
drive.
rules.
Still
Like,
a
it should just be
chunk of time
simple.
remaining.
Like, why does like how many goals you scored in the last game matter? You know, that just seems kind of shitty. Like, I mean, I get it to some extent, but it still just seems kind of shitty. Like, it should just be based on who won this game, who won the other game, and if it's a tie at the end, then like, Breeze looking, and oh, down goes Breeze, I mean, that doesn't help New Orleans, but it doesn't hurt them as much either because they're still winning by 3, and this will stop. They'll cause the clock to run, so it's better than an incomplete pass. If a team scores 2 away goals and home scores 1, then home team goes and plays away. If they score 1 goal and the Hag is tied at 2 team advances due to scoring 2 away goals in the first. Yeah, I don't understand all that.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Like, I'm not trying to be dense. Like, I just don't understand all that. It just seems like it's too many words. Too many words. There's too many words there right now. Look, to be honest, like, okay, to be completely fair, my brain is fried today. So anything that you may say to me, like, I may not understand because honestly, like, even on the way to where I needed to go today, where Melinda went with me, I missed the exit on the way there. I missed our exit on the way back. Like, my brain is, like, elsewhere. I can't do anything. Like, oh, my God, almost picked off. Wow. Oh, that stopped the clock. So a free timeout for Tampa Bay. They got fortunate there to not let it drain down to the 2-minute warning. So looks like New Orleans is going to have to punt, though, and their defense is going to have to do what it's been doing and hold off Tampa Bay. Hopefully they get a good punt here, because I feel like this last punt was trashy. He angled it out, and it didn't go far enough. All right, not a terrible punt there. Not a terrible punt at all. Got him to the 25, 26.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So here's Brady and the Bucs. Down 20-17, a little under 2.5 to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10.
Minecraft FB. What the heck? Throws. Oh, he had it, but then swatted away by their defender.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Another contested play, man. Wow. Brady almost got sacked there. Got pressure, tried to check down, but New Orleans was there to cover that play. What's the text me? What's he say? Oh, I'm home now. Okay.
Important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Oh, man, they sent a blitz. Oh, they got the first. Oh, you got to keep them in bounds. There you go. Damn. All right, well, that's not helpful.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Yeah, so she came back home because she finished her embalming with the other body. But if she gets another call, since she's on call, if she gets another call before 5 o'clock, then she has to leave her house again to go there and do another embalming. So that is like, that's kind of like a gift and a curse, because she usually says that they like wait till like, oh, it almost seems like they wait till like 5 o'clock to start texting and saying, oh, hey, there's another one. But could you imagine like literally being there watching someone embalm a body?
So it's Buccaneer football.
I'm assuming that people know what that means, but
come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
oh, he was short of the first, so well, they don't really have to use timeouts. I mean, oh god, they could tie this. Yeah.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Brady's saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line.
Brady back to pass, caught, and he got the first, down to the 38. So, I mean, they don't have to use timeouts yet.
38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's
I feel like this game may end up being tied, guys. We may end up with overtime here, which is unfortunate, but we'll see. Could be wrong. If Brady gets sacked, then that could change things, or obviously if they turn it over. That's no sack. Got within the 30. Yeah, I feel like we may, are they going to call a timeout? No, there are no timeouts here yet. So they're at the 28. I mean, they got plenty of time to score. You wonder if Baker Mayfield is there? He does not. That would not be a place where someone rich would live. If anything, he would live in, like, Pepper Pike or someplace like that where they have like $1 million homes, which is quote unquote down the street from me. I mean, several miles. All right, so Tampa Bay takes a timeout with 31 seconds left in the game, or at least in the quarter. So they have a chance to try to get a touchdown here to take the lead, and that would probably be the game. But he got a gaming computer. Add him on Xbox. What?
So here's a 1st and 10.
So a turnover obviously ends this game. Turnover ends this game. Tampa Bay's got 2 timeouts left. So Brady's back. He's looking, throws, overthrown, incomplete. Baker versus Baker in Fortnite, right? All right, so 27 seconds left in the game. Tampa Bay managed to save a timeout there by that pass being incomplete. So no extra time to run off the clock. Oh, it looks like they're going to run it here. So they may just be playing it safe and trying to get that field goal and not leave anything up to chance. Oh, wow, good tackle there. Good stop. 5-yard gain, but clock's running down. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to kick the field goal. Damn it. Juju Smith-Schuster killed by Bakersoft. I know, right? Wow, they took a timeout with 11 seconds left in the quarter. If they come out for a field goal right now, that would be weird. Missed the kick. I know, right? Like, come on, bro. No, they're going. They're going. Okay. I mean, they have 1 timeout left, so I mean, they can afford to do this. But what if they turn the ball over? Oof. It's kind of dangerous here, you know. Strip it, New Orleans. Strip it. Oh my God, that was so close. All right, they called another timeout. 7 seconds left in the game. 1st and goal on the 8. You have to kick the field goal here. Like, you don't do anything but kick the field goal. I mean, you could run a pass play, but you can't run the ball. You're not going to run the ball because then the game would be over if you don't get a touchdown. So, like, you can pass and have a few. Oh, so New Orleans calls a timeout, try to ice the kicker. All right, let's skip that so we can move on because this is going to be a tie game. There's going to be like 2 seconds left on the clock if they kick it. Well, if the field goal's made, it'll be like 2 seconds or 3 seconds left because it chews about 4 seconds for the field goal. So.
Suck up on now for the Buccaneer field goal.
Let's block it, guys. Block it. Or miss it. The kick is up, and it is good. See, 4 seconds left.
Right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds.
Yeah. So I understand if people end up leaving to go watch the other game. I mean, but we're definitely going to have a...
So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't
kickoff
continue
return
in the
touchdown.
extra period.
A kick 6. Yeah, that's that would be nice, but I don't know. I mean, your best bet would be like they could return it to like Tampa Bay's 40 and then get a face mask at the end, since the play a game can't end with a defensive penalty, and then like, oh, there was a flag. If it was on the defense, holding receiving team. Wow, you don't see that often in this game ever. So I mean, the game. So they basically it's overtime. So, oh God.
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
So yeah, we're going to OT here.
Teaching moment here.
Boo, I know, right?
Rules. Remind us how this goes.
Oh, so the Saints get the ball first.
Sudden death.
So obviously remember overtime rules. If the Saints go drive down, they kick a field goal. Tampa Bay has a chance to do something with the ball, and if they kick a field goal, then obviously it's tied, and then the next score wins. If New Orleans scores a touchdown on this drive, then the game's over. They won. If New Orleans scores nothing and Tampa Bay scores anything, they won. So I assume everyone understands overtime rules in the NFL.
Here's Harris to return it.
All right, so they get up to the 27. See what happens here.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Kamara. Oh, man, what a terrible. Like, he juked the wrong way or something. So this game's on CBS. I hate CBS. Why is CBS so annoying?
If the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
Where everyone goes, 7 viewers might. I mean, people could still be watching, just not saying anything. Just because they're not typing. No, I don't have anything against Tony Romo. I'm thinking, like, because when these things are on regular television, it's harder for me to watch them. So I can watch them on the NFL mobile app, or I can try to watch them on NFL.com. I'm trying to think, because I might be able to do that at her house. Because I was trying to find a way to watch it together with her, if she'd watch it. Because I know she had said something about doing it, but NFL.com/games, maybe? Because I swear to last week I watched one on NFL.com. No, not teams and scores. No, watch live. Available at kickoff with TV provider. Oh, so you have to wait. But I mean, in theory, it should work, because that worked the last week with Sling. So, and then I should be able to share this to her TV if I watch it on my phone.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man on man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
I don't think Chrome can prevent you from sharing. I have the NFL app. The problem is that the NFL app does not allow you to do screen sharing. Like, the phone actually has a thing where it says this app does not allow you to do it, so you can't share to another screen. Drew Brees going deep! Oh, he had it, but no. Out of bounds, incomplete.
The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the second.
You know, the NFL app's only on.
And finally forced an incompletion.
It's only on your phone, right? So, I mean, the only reason why you get to watch it, well, so I don't know if they changed it, because NFL Mobile used to be like, for Verizon, you could watch it all the time. I don't know if that's for everyone. Oh, 1st down for New Orleans.
They're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
At the 42-yard line.
You'd rather listen to Tony Romo than Joe Buck? Well, of course, I would think anyone does. I mean, again, listening to Tony Romo is kind of like having Madden in the booth. I mean, for the most part, I feel like it is. It's, you know, John Madden, that's the kind of commentator he was, where he was more technical about what was happening during the games and drawing and all that kind of stuff, whereas most commentators nowadays, like, you know, they may have some football IQ and stuff like that, but they're not like, oh, Breeze hit on the throw, incomplete. Damn. Who else with the black dude? Was that? Is that Charles Davis? Yes, Charles Davis, the black dude, like the guy who does the commentary here. Like he's probably one of the only other people I feel like who has like that who kind of brings the technical IQ aspect of it to the games as well. I mean, I guess they all kind of have one, right? Because you have like Charles Davis and then Romo and then Troy Aikman. But not all broadcasts have that kind of duo. All right, so New Orleans is kind of just outside field goal range. I mean, they probably might kick the field goal here, though, because of Madden, and they probably are going to miss. So I fully expect Tampa Bay to have possession at, like, New Orleans 40 or something like that. So, I mean, it may end, unfortunately, because field goal kickers in this game even, like, can't manage to kick more than, like, 40-yard field goals.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime.
The kick is up. Wow. Holy crap, he made a field goal. What the hell? What? Since when does that happen? That was a long field goal, too. Damn. All right. EA gave me a little bit of hope there. Charles Davis and Gus Johnson are only black commentators to ever be featured in Madden. Why does Madden only go for white boys? Because how many black commentators are there really on TV? I mean, the only other dude was that guy who was broadcasting with John Gruden for ESPN. And then when, you know, Monday Night Football, and Mike Tirico, right? He's the only other guy, right? And then I thought he left that, right? So he doesn't even do, like, Monday Night Football anymore, right? I believe. So, I mean, who else do you really have? I think there's one dude, I forget his name. There's one dude who does, like, some of the Cleveland games, who I think used to be a former Browns player, but, like, that guy's not, like, he's, like, no one knows who he is, so, like, why the hell would you even feature him? I forget the guy's name, but like. Finish the game off. That has to be the mindset. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. All right, so a fake high snap, I guess, to Tom Brady. So again, obviously, if the overtime period expires and Tampa Bay has not finished their drive, the game is not over. So it will allow them to continue their drive even if time expires. I mean, that's kind of the way overtime works anyway, so just because you run out of time doesn't mean you don't get your chance. At least that's my understanding anyway, so.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. What can Brady do now?
And then you can't even do that in the Yahoo Sports app. You can't do screen sharing either. They have it blocked there as well. So, like, the only real way is to, you know what, actually, let me try NFL.com since I'm on here now. See if I can watch that on here, and then I should be able to screen share it from here. Watch it. No, Chrome. No, that's not what I wanted. All right, Brady back to pass. Looks, throws, tipped up, intercepted. Wait, no, they dropped it. They had a pick. That would have been the game. 4th down and 3. I mean, they have to go for it here. I don't want game updates in here. I can follow the game. I'm following it.
It wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime.
So 4th down and 3. Game on the line. Throws it deep. Oh, picked off that time. That is the game. So that is the game. The Saints win 23-20.
So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first
that doesn't even make any sense. Neither team able to finish. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I'm confused. What's happening here? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, this is that made no sense. I'm like thinking, like, why is the offense coming back out on the field? That was very random. I just said I don't want game updates in here. I can follow the game myself. I don't like have to repeat that kind of stuff, man. All right. Can we say bug? Well, I mean, it was a little weird, but at least it finished appropriately. At least it didn't keep going. That would have been worse. So, all right. So I'm not going to do closing time. But thank you guys for everyone who stopped by today. I appreciate it very much. Thank you everyone for your continued support. Thank you for your personal support over the last couple of days and everything, guys. I really do appreciate it a lot. Everyone's kind words and stuff like that. So, and not being negative or saying negative things about her and stuff like that. I don't want that either. I just appreciate the positive words towards me. So thank you guys for all of that. That is the end of this game, and then I should be streaming tomorrow. Again, just look for the scheduled stream or when I go live. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.